Nathan Wright, full forward.
Welcome to the 2023 QFO Round 6 action between Labrador and Mount Gravatt. I'm Jack Barry. I'm joined by Kane Browning, who's come all out from the M1. Kano, big game here today at Ditmar Park.
No, welcome. Thank you very much, Jack, and good day for footy as the game started fairly quickly here. Labrador trying to come out of defence, across their half-back line. Looking to come in board. Oh, dangerous kick. Almost gets cut off by the Vultures. Look at the numbers for the Vultures here, but unfortunately gives away the free kick. Labrador will go down through this corridor. One bounce. Kicks down towards half forward. Nathan Wright with it now. Turns on his left. Chips inside. Good spoil by the Mount Gravatt defence. 2-on-2 here. Goes towards the boundary line. Going to get tackled. Nathan Wright. Well done, son. Here we go now, Mount Gravatt looking to come out of defence.
Kicked away, beautiful play there by Zach Young, having a good start to the season. He kicks down the line, it's a good strong mark to taken to Dylan Smith, one of the leading goal kickers here at the Vultures. He drives it forward and he's found a play all by himself. A beautiful way to kick to Harry Milford. And to be about 45 or probably 50 metres out when he has that shot, Kano, and a good lead, a good build up there from rebound 50 from the Vultures all the way inside forward 50.
Yeah, there wasn't really anyone in attack for Labrador. Nathan Wright tried to head up his teammate inside 50. Beautiful spoil, and then the numbers for Mount Gravatt worked extremely hard. Moving down this broadcast side wing and beautiful kick inside 50 to Harry Milford.
Milford comes in. Can he put the first on the board? Oh, it's into the man of the mark. Play on's a call. He want that back again. A quick handball over to Koo. Koo gets good below his feet. Now it's good picked up. A nice kick forward into the forward line. The pack set themselves, but the ball goes over the line and through for the first score of the afternoon to the Mount Gravatt Vultures.
No, pretty intense start from both these sides. They're on 6, I believe 7 and 8 on the ladder at the moment.
6 and 7.
6 and 7. This match is hugely important for the two sides because whoever wins today will leapfrog the direct opponent. So it should be interesting.
Both have 2 wins and 2 losses, so plenty to play for. The pack themselves. No one can take the mark. Spills to ground. Labrador get on there first through one of their skippers in Lee. He gets tackled, strong tackle there by the boy, young lad, number 43 from Brandon Stewart, who's a really strong tackler for the Vultures. Good hands, lovely handball. Here's a chance now for the Tigers through Coombs. He ducks and weaves, gets onto the right foot, drives it down the line. The captain in Lick can't take the mark. He's playing on Henderson. That'll be a good battle to watch today.
Oh,
now here's a chance for the Tigers. Here's one bounce. He settles to go inside 50, gets onto the left, looking there for his mate, and he takes a good mark over the top. And there's that man you spoke about earlier, Nathan Wright's taking a mark, Kane.
How good was Cooper Anderson here coming down this broadcast side wing, number 33, decided to take a bounce and just gave that kick enough to put Nathan Wright in the perfect position, take a contested mark. Shot on goal, straight over the goal umpire's head. Labrador's got the first one, Jack.
The young boy, formerly from Townsville, Hermit Park Tigers. I think he's been here for a few years now. If we can recall, we watched him play a bit of last year, didn't we, Kane, in one of our games? Might have been the reserve grade game in the finals. I can't remember.
Yeah, reserve grade grand final. Played for the Tigers and played across half-back. He's been a real versatile player. We actually watched a fair bit of Nathan Wright. He played in the Colts grand final the year before and pretty much got best on ground as a ruckman. He can go up forward into attack. He can play across half-back and defence, and he can also pinch in the ruck. So he's pretty versatile, young Nathan Wright.
You won't want to be messing around with your opportunities today, and I think Harry Milford would want that kick back again, unfortunately, but hopefully they can bounce back. Okay, back in the ruck. Take it away, Kano.
Here we go now. Now he's going to recall that one. That just came outside the circle there. Looks like, no, the two ruckmen here this afternoon. We've got Marcus Koo at the moment and the big number 26, Darcy McKelger. So pretty interesting. Umpire comes in, decides to ball it up again.
Just while we got you there, Kane, our umpires today, Sam Bridges, Jameson Galbraith and Max David are your central field umpires.
Lee tried to get out of the midfield, couldn't on that occasion. Here come the Vultures now. Look at the numbers on this broadcast side. Kick inside 50, right to the goal line. Could go over the top and does! Mount Gravatt hit right back here. Scores at the moment. Mount Gravatt 1-1-7, leading the Tigers 1 straight kick 6. And that was Joel Leahy. Beautiful kick inside 50. I thought he was actually going to try and hit up his teammate at full forward. Just managed to get over the back. He's probably kicking with a slight breeze in this first quarter. So just managed to get it over the back, and beautiful goal in the end. And Mount Gravatt, 1 point leaders. We played just over 5 minutes in this first quarter, Jack.
Of course, Joel coming off a game high for his club, 21 disposals last weekend and 10 contested possessions. So a player to keep your eye on, number 17, Joel Leahy. Umpired back into centre bounce. It's 1-1-7, Mount Gravatt leading Labrador 1 goal. It's a beautiful bounce, but it goes the wrong way and it goes out, so they're going to throw the ball up. Of course, Labrador coached by Clint Watts, the Premiership, of course, a Hall of Famer.
Of course.
In his own right as a player, but here as a coach and a Premiership coach formerly of Morningside. His first year over at the Tigers. But here's a chance now for the Tigers to get a clearance. Can't pick it up below their feet, so it gives a chance to the Vultures. A quick kick away there by Tomb into the forward line, but it's chopped off in defence. And it's a great mark for the Tigers in defence. They go down the line. Johnson there to spoil. Play on's a call. Nice solid tackle by the Tigers. And the umpire says, I'll take it.
Geez, real interesting to start this game. Both sides playing one-on-one majority across the ground. So it's between the two ruckmen at the moment. Labrador get the clearance. Going down the line. Nathan Wright's got to impact that contest. Decide to stay back. Great tackle laid in the middle of the ground. Cooper Anderson is around the mark as well. Lays a beautiful tackle. Umpire decides to come in for a ball up. Cooper Anderson is really lively. I've liked the way he's played the last few weeks. He's been really strong body and very good hand and foot skills. So,
what a grab! Stop it!
What a grab! Oh my, geez, Harry Law.
Happy Harry Law.
Welcome back to the Labrador Tigers, Mr. Law. He made his debut for the Southport Sharks in the VFL last week. I believe he only kicked 1 goal. But he did extremely well last week, come back into the side, and arguably takes mark of the day. Harry Law coming in now. Left foot kick, about 45 out, directly in front. Look at that. Great finish by Harry Law. As the Tigers hit back again, we're going goal for goal, Jack, early in this game. Mount Gravatt trailing Labrador 1-1-7 to the Labrador Tigers, 2 straight kicks, 12. Played just over 7.5 minutes.
Beautiful tap out by McEldrew. They won the clearance at the stoppage, and then there's a great mark there, and he certainly cashed in with a lovely kick. So Tigers 2 straight 12, leading Mount Gravatt 1-1-7 here at Ditmar Park. Of course, we spoke about Clint Watts, former Premiership coach at Morningside, now has taken over here at Labrador, and of course Tony Lynn, the former AFL player with Brisbane and Carlton, and also taking over. He's been coaching here for a few years now at Mount Gravatt, doing a fantastic job and making them very, very competitive. Centre bounce, up they go. Tap out goes to Koo. Strong tackle, play on's a call, feeds off the ground. Handball at the back there, didn't miss his mark there, was Young. Good tackle pressure by the Tigers, and they'll ball it up as umpire Sam Bridges comes in to bounce the ball, Kane.
Now here's an interesting one. We've got Lockie Henderson just at the back of this pack. He's actually lining up as 10-half forward. So generally a backman, as we all know from his AFL days down at Geelong. But it looks like he's lining up as a key forward this afternoon. As number 30, we've got Bailey Brown's taking an intercept mark here. Probably 45, 40 metres out, directly in front. This is for goal number 3 for the Tigers, and just to increase that lead a touch, Jack.
Bailey Brown. Can he put the 3rd on the board for the Tigers? Nice deliberate approach. Comes in, gives it plenty of height. Ball drifting across, quite make the distance, and a nice big fist there by the defence of Mount Gravatt. Ball goes through for 1 behind.
Mount Gravatt look to come out of defence now. Just decides to chip the ball in. That's Johnson. Now, question is, where's the next kick going? Decides to go down the line. Plenty of numbers around this footy. Look at this. Ball hits the deck. Labrador's got the numbers. That was Henderson. Great tackle by the Vultures. Can't get pinned on the ball. Chips inboard. Dangerous kick. Gets intercepted. Plenty of open space here. Here's a foot race. We've got Mackenzie Bristow Mackenzie Bristow now decides to lay a tackle. Can't get his hands on the footy. Decides to lock it up, and all the numbers turn up at the last possible moment. Great effort there by the Labrador player on that occasion.
So it'll be ball up inside forward 50 for the Vultures. Umpire throws it up. The ruckman go at it. Nice little tap out again there by McElroy. No one can get a clearance. It's just nice and tight in there, and they'll throw the ball back up. We've played 10 minutes of the first quarter. Nice kick away by the Tigers down the line. Pack set themselves. Good strong mark in front.
They've built that well. They've built that defensive wall very well, the Vultures, to start this game.
Stewart launches onto the left. Doesn't wait for anyone. And it'll go over the line and through for a point, Kane.
Now, one thing I have noticed with the Tigers, Clint Watts, in his early tenure here, the Tigers have improved massively in their defensive structures, and it's something that Watts has brought to the Tigers for this year, bringing that from his days at Morningside. Now, Tigers look to come in board now. That's Johnson again. Sorry, Matthew Chechen. Chechen decides to go down that far side wing. Unfortunately, bit off the target, kicks it down the full as the Vultures try to get back into attack. Vultures now. Right foot kick, deep inside 50. Plenty of numbers around this footy. Players fly and mark and paid.
Well, nice mark in front there, Kane. That's a big ruckman in Koo.
I've liked the way Koo started this game this afternoon, Jack. He's been really solid in the ruck and decided to drift forward, trying to get a rest, and the ball followed him. Took a well and truly great contested mark. Koo now. That looks to be another one, and is. Mount Gravatt moved to 2-2-14, leading the Labrador Tigers 2-1-13. We're just on 12 minutes in this first quarter, Jack.
Well, it's a great start by both teams. I think they both will be happy. There's been a couple of little errors that they want to, and both sides have been able to capitalise where they can on that. So great goal to Koo. And it's been a good ruck battle between both of them. He's been very clever around the stoppage, has McElroy for the Tigers, but Koo probably being a bit more athletic and getting around the ground and running forward to take a mark. Yeah,
they're definitely winning the clearances at the moment, Mount Gravatt. They've had a number of opportunities in this first quarter to go deep inside attacking 50. They've just been scored a couple of times against on that rebound when the ball's been cut off across their half-forward line.
The second lot of rucks have come in, so it's Pearce and also we've got Nathan Wright doing the ruck work. So both boys are having a rest now. Umpire throws the ball up. Up they go. Beautiful tap out. Lovely tap out there by Wright, but sitting right on them, and they won't be able to clear the ball out. And Lake gives the ball back. Up they go. No one can get a clear tap out there. Good re-rope. Offermans is at the bottom of the packs, trying to get the ball out if he can. Labrador and Mount Gravatt both wrestling. Of course, as I spoke about earlier, the two coaches, both Hall of Fame Queenslanders, great Queenslanders leading our footy clubs up here, so they've done a really good job. Here we go, it's a chance for the Tigers. A quick clearance out, going forward, trying to set themselves, pushed out, nice defensive work there by Mamone, and he's going to see the ball go over the line and out of bounds, Kane.
Now, I'm just looking down the line. We've got the big number 23, Ben Hughes, lying up at full forward. Nathan Wright's gone out there to pinch it in the ruck. And again, sort of Lockie Henderson looks to be around the centre contest at the moment, defensive side. So he might have moved back to that usual centre half back position, Jack.
Yeah. Of course, Henderson won the club best and fairest last year, and I remember him going forward and kicking 10 against Morningside as a forward years ago when he was at the line. So he certainly knows both ends of the ground. Anyway, ball goes up. Here's a chance now. Tigers are going to clear it through Simpson onto the left foot. In and under top of player. Punched over the top. Good play. Here's a chance. Vultures will get to the ball first. Want to try and keep his feet, but he doesn't. Bulldozing his way through.
Oh, bang.
Was Offermans. And the umpire's going to play a free kick.
That was a sling tackle. Dangerous tackle.
And it'll be Nick Kemp.
Nick Kemp did get up, so that's good to see. No concussion protocol there. But he's right, probably right in his range, and he's right on the 50-metre line. he'll probably have to kick this 55 into a slight breeze.
Plenty of tall timber down there for as the pack will set himself to mark for the Tigers if he doesn't make the distance. Coming in. He launches it. It's not going to make the distance. The pack set themselves up a nice big fist again. He's done a really good job in defence there already, Austin Brent, as the ball goes over the line and it'll be thrown in deep inside the forward 50 for the Tigers.
Now, Mount Gravatt had 3 numbers to go up for that ball. No one really talked. Someone could have taken an easy uncontested mark, but that's okay. Labrador's trying to attack now. Anderson gets held without the footy. No free kick paid as the Vultures come out of defence now. Broadcast side wing. Nathan Wright set up perfectly on this wing. Takes a defensive intercept mark, but also gets cut off. Plenty of open space here for the Vultures. Shocking kick going inside 50, but it might work out for them. We've got Dylan Smith chasing after the footy. Can't lay a tackle. Labrador go towards the boundary line. This could be deliberate. No, the umpire decides.
Great intercept mark there by Greenaway. As you said, drove it along, had the Pagans paddock up there, but unfortunately they couldn't capitalise.
And they're definitely trying to do that. The Vultures are moving up the ground and trying to catch them going the other way. So Labrador's got to be a little bit smarter. At least have one bloke staying inside defensive 50 just in case.
Umpire throws the ball in. Up they go. All unopposed that time was Pearce. Trying to win the ball. Again, under pressure. Tigers tackled. Ball goes over the line. And umpire says, I'll throw it in. Of course, boundary umpires today, we've got Andrew Barnes and Matthew McKenzie. And our goal umpires, Tristan Symes and Lachlan Brothwick. Umpire to throw the ball in. Of course, you're on the AFL Queensland live stream thanks to YouTube, on the YouTube channel. And a big thank you to Double Take Sports today for bringing the live action. Tigers clear now on the centre wing. They're off. Take a bounce. Handball's over the top. Here's a chance now for the Tigers. They've got a nice setup. A kick away here by Campbell. He drives it long into the forward line. Up they go. Oh, lovely mark, and he's just used him under the ball. Lovely goal and mark there to Lachlan Henderson. Just used all his AFL experience then. Just eased him under the ball. Nice chest mark, open goal.
Geez, Henderson looks like, it seems like now he's got a bit of an open licence to go where he wants at the moment. I've seen him on just about every part of the ground. And all of a sudden he bobs up in the goal square, gets past 2 of his direct opponents, takes an easy chest mark and kicks an easy goal. So well done for the big fella. Mount Gravatt 2-2-14 to the Labrador Tigers 3-1-19. 5-point leaders. The Tigers were played almost 18 minutes, Jack.
Yeah, just again another win there from a stoppage. Just eased him under it. He just used that experience, just eased him under the ball, took a nice strong mark and then a goal. So he's going to have his hands full today. I think picking him up is Sean Goody, understanding again another young local player, I think originally from Beenleigh, but certainly a good job for him today and a talented young player on the rise. Umpire says no one can get that ball out and we'll throw it up again. Of course, the umpires are sponsored by Bradman Windows and Doors, and they do a fantastic job in supporting our umpires here in Queensland. Here's a chance to handball over the top. And they're going to clear the ball. That's good play as Mamone drives the ball in a nice little kick, and he's found his teammate in Pearce.
Pearce now to go in deep inside attack. Shocking kick though. Here's a chance for the Tigers, but probably the numbers with Mount Gravatt. Fumble there. Mount Gravatt, here's another chance for them. Decides to handball back. Kick deep inside 50. Can't take the mark on that occasion, but a free kick's paid to the Tigers for holding the man.
Tigers clear the ball out to the outer wing. Up they go. Nice strong mark out there. And the Tigers will get the ball clearance outside their 50.
That's Kemp out there on that far side, cross half back. Decides to go down the line. A little bit of a yes, and is paid. Bit of a push in the back. You can clearly see that. Here's Mount Gravatt's chance now. Good kick inside. Right foot kick inside 50. No one can take the mark. Great pick up of the Tigers defence. Gets intercepted. Left foot snap. Looks like it might go out in the full, and does. Just didn't come back on that breeze enough, and probably didn't hit the middle of his foot to start with, Jack.
They're getting plenty of good looks in there, but the Labrador Tigers, when in these types of situations we spoke about before, they are pushing down hard to support. The wingers are pushing down, so the back seven playing pretty good so far. They go in short. Nice little kick there to Watt Muff. He goes again. Oh, nearly cut off. Play on's a call, tackled high, play on, a handball up the top. A quick little right foot kick, and he's found him. Nice little kick.
No,
there
play on.
Oh, it's play on. Get on the right foot. He kicks it high, but there's no one home for Mount Gravatt, and the Tigers will just chip the ball, and it's taken away there by Lee, the skipper.
Lee coming in defence. Dangerous kick, but was good enough on that occasion. Simpson now down the line on that far side wing. 1-on-1 contest. No one can take a clear mark. Numbers with the Tigers, though. Decides to chip in board. This is Young. Young now looking for Henderson. 1-on-1. Here's an interesting contest. Henderson behind. Can't take the mark. Nathan Wright's there. Decides to go on the right foot. Snaps around, but a little bit too far. Just drifts across to that right-hand side for a point, Jack.
Nice play there. Got a bit of purchase on it, but just couldn't get it to swing far enough.
Here
Vultures. Yeah, Vultures will bring the ball out. Commentary side. Up they go. No one can take the mark. Front and centre is the Vultures. A handball over the top. They're out now if they want.
Look at the numbers.
Oh, Smother. Good play. Great play there by the Tigers in Cooper Anderson. In Robinson.
Dean Robinson.
And he's found a teammate up the foot, and it's that man again.
Nathan
He looks like a handful.
Jeez. But, I mean, you just look at Nathan Wright and obviously Lockie Henderson. Both deep inside attacking 50. They're such good one-on-one players, so strong in the contest. And Mount Gravatt are really starting to struggle when it gets to those one-on-one defensive contests. Nathan Wright now, straight up the goal umpire's head. There's another one to the young man. I believe he's kicked 2. And it's now 4-2-26 to the Tigers. Mount Gravatt 2-2-14, 20... almost going on 22 minutes in this opening quarter, and Mount Gravatt definitely need the next one, Jack.
Yeah, it's been an entertaining first quarter, no question about it. But as I said, there's been a couple of little mistakes, and both teams have been able to capitalise on that. But yeah, certainly a little bit of space to lead into, and again, they look very dangerous. So a work cut out for them. So they're really important for the Vultures to really try and get on top in that midfield. Umpire throws the ball up. It's a tap out, nice tap out to the Tigers. Who's going to get in there first? Both teams jumping on top of the ball, trying to keep it alive. But the umpire says, I'll have it, thank you. And umpire Galbraith will bring the ball and throw it up. Up they go. Koo, nice tap out. Got in the front spot. Strong tackle. Another strong tackle again. Play on's a call. Umpire says, I'll have it. So it's a bit of a stalemate here in the centre of the ground. Beautiful day here today, Kane.
No, you're definitely right there, Jack. But, not a breath of wind at all from this commentary position. Here's Law. Just ball drifts towards half forward. There's a free kick for the Vultures, though. Gives them some breathing space coming out of defence. This is Jack Mamone. Mamone down the line. Can't take the mark, Pearce. As the ball drifts over the line by Watmuff for another boundary throw-in.
Pearce has given him something to kick to so far in his turn, and he's just bringing the ball to ground. He's battling away, giving him a bit of a target up forward.
Now Henderson is on the back of this centre this throw-in. As Anderson now comes in board, dangerous kick, could be cut over. Speaking of Henderson, comes in towards Nathan Wright again. Can't take the mark, but also gets a free kick for too high.
Well, he worked really hard, Kane, to get the front spot, and he gave himself every opportunity to get the ball. And, of course, a sloppy hand all of a sudden on the top of the shoulder. He gets a free kick, and he lined up for his third.
Now, that's the thing, too. A young man as well, being able to launch the footy, stretch out his hands, go for that contested mark. If he waits a split second, the defence is all over him, and it will be easy to defend.
Comes in for a shot on goal.
Look at that for a kick.
It's going to swing around. It's gone through. He has 3 first quarter goals, has Nathan Wright, and the boy from the bush is back in town.
Jeez, again, brilliant by Nathan Wright. And that's the thing with Mount Gravatt. They're not the biggest defensive unit. They haven't got a lot of massive size down there and their key position players. And again, like we said before, Jack, the likes of Nathan Wright and Lockie Henderson at centre forward and full forward respectfully, Mount Gravatt's really going to need to have that full team defence going if they're going to compete against those 2 big, strong, tall marking forwards.
Lay, Tome, Young. All Gravatt boys trying to get this centre clearance. They need the next one, the Vultures. Good work off the ball. Here's a chance now to clear the ball away. Oh, lovely blind man's turn. Shapes. That's a better play by the Vultures. They're going to get the clearance. A nice kick forward there by Brandon Stewart. Here's a chance to pack fly. No one can take the mark. Front and centre belongs to Labrador, and they'll clear the ball out, and he doesn't waste his kick. It's a nice little kick over the top there to Lake. Lake plays on quickly and goes down the line and finds his teammate in Law. Law plays on quickly, and a nice kick forward to Simpson. This is a good build-up by the Tigers. Play on quickly. They turn the ball around quickly. Now again, looking for him again. Can he take the mark? He's got it. Play on's a call. Very lucky. He's going to get a handball, a snap on goal if he can. No, he does the right thing. Feeds it out to Law. He couldn't get enough on it. Quickly, but he sockers it off the ground. I'll kick my own goal. And that's a nice quick goal there to Benny Hughes.
Now,
plenty of pressure there by the Tigers, and they've ended up finding a goal, Kane.
Geez, Gravatt again absolutely smashed in rebound scores against. They've gone that many times inside their forward 50, but every time the ball hits the ground, Labrador is so good getting the ball out of their defensive zones. And literally, Gravatt didn't touch the ball until it got to the goal square down here, and they barely got a touch on it when that happened. So great effort there by the Labrador Tigers, really free-flowing in this first quarter.
Great observation, Kane. Labrador 6-2-38, leading Gravatt 2-2-14. We play 26.5-minute mark of the first term here at the south side Toyota Oval. Of course, Ditmar Park. Umpire throws the ball up. A nice little tap out the back, but it's going to be taken away by the Tigers here. Back inside forward 50 again. Oh, lovely mark in defence, and that's great play by the Vultures. They'll just chip it over the top, and a nice mark. He tried to play on quickly. Umpires held him up, and he said, play on. He gets a little handball over the top, and he said, you're caught with the footy.
And guess who it is, Jack?
It's
Nathan Wright.
Oh! He's kicked the flipper.
Oh, geez.
And Johnson will clear the ball out and just lower his eyes, and he'll find Joel Lay.
And Lay's been really solid for Gravatt in this first quarter. Had plenty of the ball. But unfortunately, Gravatt haven't really got any reward for effort at the moment. He decides to go down the line. Plenty of numbers around this footy. Pearce was there again. Ball hits the deck. Great tackle by the Tigers' defence, though. As another call by the umpire to ball it up.
Sitting outside the forward 50 for the Vultures. They want the next one. Good, nice little bit of work there by Tomes. He kicks the ball high. And in front, can he take a mark? I think he has. That's a great mark there by the Vultures in white, green away. And he'll have a shot on goal, and they need this one, Kane.
And that's the thing too. Like we were saying about Rye before, having the ability to actually take a couple of steps and really launch at the footy gives yourself every chance to take the mark. And he did that on that occasion. Came from the side of the contest, came across in front and took a great contested mark. As he comes in now, he's probably right on 40 metres, left foot kick. Look at that ball come back, straight over the umpire's hat. What a goal.
Score goes back to 18 points, so it's a good goal. That was better, a nice little clearance there and kick away there by Tome into the forward line, and again, nice contested mark, and then he has a shot on goal. So good work there by Gravatt. Can they get another one? We're at 28-minute mark, so coming up to 29-minute mark of the first turn. So another late goal would really bring them back within it.
Geez, 9 goals between these sides in this opening stanza, Jack. And it was goal for goal early on. Labrador have stretched the lead out a little bit to 18 points. But, like we said, Jack, Gravatt definitely needed the next one. And it looks like Pearce is back in the ruck for the Vultures.
Pearce worked hard this quarter. Can he get them going one more? Up they go. He got the tap out too. Nice little work. Labrador holding the ball. Handball over the top. Nice play. Good handball away there by Lake as the ball goes inside forward 50. Working and in under the ball there was the number 17. I haven't got his number.
Oh, great tackle there by the Vultures.
It kicks around. Now it kicks down the line. And a nice mark in front. And the Tigers will take the ball in front of the scoreboard.
Geez, that was Robertson out there. Good intercept. Chips the ball into Simpson. Simpson now decides to take off. Right foot kick. Deep inside 50. Looking for Anderson.
Oh.
Almost takes another mark. Not paid. Here's the pressure for the Vultures. Pushes the ball towards the boundary line. And just manages to keep inside the line. So this will be another boundary throw-in. Geez, Henderson was trying to roll back the clock.
It was all in the mind. He had the right technique. The legs just said, hang on. I haven't got those runs in there anymore. But anyway, great effort.
This ball's going to go over the back. Good effort there by Pearce. Great tackle by the Tigers. Here comes the pressure. Henderson was there again. Handball's backwards. This is danger for the Vultures. Got to move the ball forward and does. Plenty of numbers for the Tigers here. He just pushes his man under the ball. That was a great effort by the Tigers on that occasion. And that was Jane Young, the skipper, coming towards Henderson again. Couldn't take a mark. Here's Lee. Lee couldn't get clean possession of the Vultures coming out of defence once again. And another good mark taken. That has to be 50 and is pretty silly on that occasion by Kate Gregory. He just decided to knock the ball out of the Vultures' hand. Jack, and umpire was right there.
Well, we know Dylan Smith's had his goal kicking boots on this year. He's got a great chance now, that goal we're talking about, to bring it right within 12 points.
Dylan Smith now, he's kicked 11 goals to start the season for the Vultures, the leading goal kicker for Mount Gravatt. Just want to have a look at his action here, Jack. Comes in now. Right foot kick. Beautiful action there. Look at that one for a kick. Look at that for a finish, Jack. Great effort by Smith. He's kicked another goal. That's goal number 12 for the year. First one of the day. As Mount Gravatt narrow that margin now, like you said, Jack, to 12 points, 4-2-26. Mount Gravatt trailing Labrador Tigers 6-2-38. We're right on 31 and a half minutes in this opening stanza.
Well, a 10-goal opening quarter. This is great QAFL footy today. As I said, there was plenty of goal for goal. I thought Mount Gravatt would go down 4 or 5 goals down at the break, and they fought back really well and kicked the last couple. So have they got one more left in them? Surely not. Time must tick away soon.
It looks like McKeldrew's back in the ruck for the Tigers against Pearce, and you got the likes of Simpson and Lee in the midfield for the Tigers as well. Speaking of Simpson, here he is. Drops a footy, no free kick paid. Pearce just launches the ball to half forward. No mark taken. Here we go again, the Vultures into attack again. Ball rolls towards the boundary line. Managed to keep the ball in. The Tigers looking to come out of defence. Umpire decides to blow the whistle. He was right on that boundary line, and he's going to throw the ball in.
32-minute mark, first term. It's a 12-point ball game to the Tigers.
Now we've got Pearce and Austin Brent just seen up a kick behind the footy at the moment, just in case the ball comes out from the Tigers. They can launch back into attacking 50, try get another goal on the board before quarter time.
Lee and Simpson working overtime this quarter, been really good for the Tigers. Umpire throws the ball back in. Up they go. Koo gets a tap to the ball. Now it's sharked away. A quick kick forward 50. He's got the front. Couldn't take the mark. Play on's a call. They're trying to get a snap over the head. Good pressure by the Tigers. Goes back to Koo. He just gets his right foot. Tries to swing it around. He got some purchase on it, but couldn't get the accuracy to bend enough, and it's through for one behind.
Geez, they've probably had a dozen inside 50s in this first quarter, and they've only got 4-3. Yeah, 7 scoring shots, so that's not too bad in the opening stanza for the Vultures. But Labrador's just been a little bit more efficient when going inside 50. Speaking of efficient, Nathan Wright takes another mark. Cross half back. He's been everywhere today, Nathan Wright. Chips the ball backwards again. This is Young. As the siren goes for quarter time, Mount Gravatt trailing the Labrador Tigers. Labrador leading 6-2-38. 11-point leaders, 4-3-27, the Vultures. And looks like it's quarter time. Guys will take a drink, and we'll be back for the second quarter after these messages.
Well, welcome back to the round 6 action between Mount Gravatt and the Labrador Tigers here at Ditmar Oval here in Brisbane today. I'm Jack Barry. I'm joined by Kane Browning in the commentary box today, and we see Labrador leading 6-2-38, leading Mount Gravatt 4-3-27. If we quickly go around the grounds, we see it's Aspley 33, leading Maroochydore 9. We've got Redland Victoria Point 20, leading Sherwood 12. And we've got Surface Paradise 19, trailing Morningside 27, and Broadbeach 26, leading Palm Beach 21 as umpire Sam Bridges is ready to bounce the ball. Kane Browning in commentary. Let's go.
Here we go, the two ruckmen coming up again. We've got Marcus Koo, who had a pretty good first quarter, as the umpire decides to recall that one. And we've got Darcy McEldew back in the ruck for the Tigers. But Mount Gravatt were pretty good in that first quarter, Jack. Gained quite a few centre clearances. Unfortunately, couldn't get a lot of reward for effort. As the ball comes in now, Mount Gravatt, ball hits the deck. They've got to be good here. Labrador, great on that occasion. Didn't lose his footing. Mount Gravatt, here comes the pressure. Oh, dangerous going through there at the moment. Umpire didn't pay any free kicks there. Labrador dive on the footy, but not on the ball. Umpire decides to come in and ball the ball up. As in that first quarter, the likes of Nathan Wright, deep forward for Labrador, kicking 3 first quarter goals. Brilliant on that occasion. Lockie Henderson still lining up at centre forward as the Tigers go into attack. Speaking of Nathan Wright, over the back, another mark. Now, he's so good one-on-one, Jack, where he just gets to the fall of the footy. He doesn't get caught underneath. He runs to the right spots, and he's probably taken 5 or 6 marks already and kicked 3 goals in the opening stanza. And he's lined up for goal number 4 early in the second. Right now, right foot kick, straight over the goal umpire's hat for goal number 4 for the young man. A minute and a half into this second stanza. Mount Gravatt 4-3-27, trailing Labrador 7-2-44. And Jack, what does Mount Gravatt's defensive unit need to do early in the second quarter to get back into this?
Well, just before we get to that, they're hard to stop that, but it was a great play by Bailey Brown. He's worked below his knees, very clean, wins the footy, gives a handball out, and quickly they're under no pressure there. He had space for it to kick into. He kicked to his advantage and take a strong mark. So they're hard to stop those ones, don't you? So I think it's probably around the source there where they need to probably get on top there. 44 plays 27, back in the middle here, and that's a good goal to the Tigers. Umpire 19, so that'll be umpire Galbraith will bounce the ball. Let's see if he can get it. Off to the side, he'll recall that and I'll throw the ball up. But I think umpire Coach Watts will be happy with the way they've started the second term. Umpire throws the ball up they go. Tap over the top, here's a chance now. Lee, the skipper, gets on the right foot, just a nice kick inside forward 50, but can't take the mark. Johnson gets on there first. Bullocking work, handballs towards Stewart. Stewart can't pick the ball up. It's just below their knees where they just can't seem to be clean. Labrador are clean though. A little daisy cutter in forward and he hits his target. That's the difference. It's going to be play on. And here's a chance now for Law as he just ambles in and kicks a goal. And that's what we're talking about there, probably, Kane. Again, we saw the Vultures just couldn't quite get the ball below their knees. They fumbled and bumbled. The Tigers come in nice and clean, bang, bang, goal.
No, you're definitely right there. And you're definitely right there, Jack. Yeah. They're really struggling at the source, at the contest, and they got smashed in that opening quarter. When the ball hit the deck in their forward 50 half, they've got quite a small forward line set up. Mount Gravatt, if the ball's going to hit the deck, you want those small forwards to lock the ball in rather than lean it out way too easy. And they probably kicked a number of scores in that opening quarter from defensive turnover, Jack, which is really disappointing for the coaching staff of Mount Gravatt. As the ruckmen go up again, Mount Gravatt winning on that occasion, but all the numbers are with the Tigers. This is Lee. Lee going in towards centre forward, but gets cut off there. Coming out this broadcast side wing. Great spoil there by the Tigers. Handball's inboard, could be cut off. The numbers are with the Vultures. Fumble again though. Handball's inboard, kick inside, deep 50, shocking kick off the boot. But Tigers can't pick it up, chips the ball forward. This is Smith, gets called to play on. Smith chips inside, great mark taken. And that's Braden O'Day. And that was a little bit better by Mount Gravatt. They pressured the ball, the source, like you were saying, Jack, and then managed to be cool and calm and collected, going inside 50 and hit up an easy target in O'Day. O'Day now, right foot kick just off the boundary line. That could be another one. No. Just decides to go across the face of goal. That's a point. But they've got to lock the ball in now, Mount Gravatt. They can't let the ball come out too easy from Labrador's defensive setup.
Well, it's a good play by Dylan Smith. He didn't panic with the footy. He just lowered his eyes. He found someone in a better opportunity to have a shot on goal. Didn't blaze away. Unfortunately, O'Day couldn't capitalise. Tigers bring the ball in. Commentary side. Pack 7 cells. Oh, Johnson can't take the mark. He got his hands on it. Handball out wide. Taking the ball away. I think that might be Anderson. He centres the ball, and it's been Lee. Lee's up to a flyer for this second term. He's had 3 or 4 possessions already. Tigers will clear the ball out. Lovely play. They've got players all by themselves.
Look at the space.
Is that Main again? Bailey Brown. Let's have a look at his kick inside 50. Just waits the ball, and it's a nice little kick. He's landed, and he's hit Harry Law, who's been up and about. He's kicked 2 today. And he's going to line up for his third, but you're right. That was just too easy. They switched the ball back right across. The Tigers opened the play. They had numbers, running in numbers, and had players free. And it's a nice kick to advantage for Harry Law, lining up for goal number 3. And it'll take it to a 28-point lead if he can kick it. Law, left footer, goes across the face. No one can take the mark, and it goes through for one behind. And that'll put the Tigers 8-3-51, leading in Mount Gravatt 4-4-28. We've played 6-minute mark, second term Kane.
Mount Gravatt coming out of defence once again, coming to this broadcast side wing. But it looks like all the numbers are with the Tigers. They've got plenty of numbers around this contest. As the ball gets locked up again, umpire comes in, decides to ball up. Now, even from full back, you can see the numbers were with the Tigers, but he decided to go through the kick anyway. And they were probably lucky, the Vultures, that they weren't cut off on that occasion across their half-back line. As the ball rolls over for another boundary throw-in. Now Henderson's seen up. Again, he's pushing up to the contest more times than not. And he's just confusing his direct opponent at the moment. He's not quite sure whether to follow him or stay back, or not quite sure what to do. So Ruckman go up again. No clear winner on that occasion. You had Lee in there. Lee's been brilliant to start the second quarter, Jack. Like you said before, he's been really lively.
They're trying to put a tight tag on him at the stoppage, but he's just too clever and breaks away. Here's a chance now. Offerman breaks out of a centre clearance and drives the ball long, but unfortunately, out of a stoppage, drives the ball long, but offline and out of bounds on the full. And this will give a chance now for the Vultures to reset.
Now, maybe they're trying to look to switch the ball here, and does. Now, they've got some open space here. Looking for Brent, quite slow across the half, but this is the confusing part for Mount Gravatt. They're not quite sure whether to go fast or slow, and in the end they do neither. Ball hits the deck. Numbers with the Tigers. Vultures are good there though. Put his body on the line. That was good by the Vultures player on that occasion. So umpire decides to ball the ball up again.
Tigers are pretty good at working hard behind the footy, so probably if they can move it a bit quicker. Here's a chance. Henderson is tackled. Umpire said, did he get him around the legs? He did, so Henderson will take the ball in the middle of the ground. The lead coming from right. He decides to kick it long to the goal square. No one can take the mark. Spills over the back. Umpire says there's a free kick, and a free kick against Labrador, and it'll be a free kick to the to Mount Gravatt at the end of the. He's going to bring the ball out. He's going to favour the commentary side wings. He kicks the ball high, looking for the skipper and Licht, and he takes a strong mark.
Now it was true one-on-one contest there, so Licht was very good.
There was a bit of a nothing kick there though, and it'll just get some territory, and it'll be brought in to be thrown up right in front of the clubhouse side here, not far from the commentary box, Kane, and it's the Tigers 51 leading Mount Gravatt 28, approaching the 9-minute mark for second term.
Now, last week they conceded 8 goals in the second quarter against Wilson Grange, so they've got to be extremely careful. Mount Gravatt, Labrador doesn't get a bit of a kick on. Get 3 or 4 goals in front, those negative thoughts might drift into their minds. Oh no, not again. No advantage paid. Free kick to Mount Gravatt. This is Bailey Tom. Tom Smacks the ball just inside 50 and realistically takes an uncontested mark. Moves back slowly, chips the ball deep. Not quite good enough for Smith on that occasion, who tried to slide in and take a chest mark.
It was a good mark there by Milford. Just didn't have enough on it, and Smith, who had the space, mind you, in the pocket, but just couldn't quite grasp it.
Probably the first time today too, Smith really got a gap between his direct opponent, but the kick wasn't quite up to scratch. Here's a chance now. Pearce back in the ruck for the Vultures, wins the tap out. Vultures cut it off. Labrador trying to come out of defence. Going to launch the ball deep inside 50 again. Look at that for a grab. No mark taken. Geez, we're going for the mark of the year every 5 or 10 minutes, Jack. Plenty of places.
Good pressure.
But that's out on the full. And that's what we were talking about. All of a sudden, the Vultures forwards really piling on the pressure against this Tiger defence. And it's almost, it's coming up quite well at the moment, Jack.
That's the forward pressure that Coach Lynn will be looking for. As Young has a shot for goal up into the forward line, and it'll go through for a behind. So that's the forward pressure they're looking for, and that's the lift they want. And they were really good at the back end of that last quarter. So they've got to have to roll their sleeves up and see if they can put some scores on the board.
This is where almost the game's going to be decided. As Gravatt good there, cuts it off. That's why Greenaway, he's been good. He's been good this afternoon, Jack.
He has. I've liked what he's done. He's been a lively forward, and he's just picked off and found his mate in Michael Gordon, who'll have a shot on goal.
Now, he was really quick then. He just decided, yep, okay, he's
Bang.
open. First option. Brilliant effort by the Vultures player.
First thought's usually your best thought.
No, Greenaway's been very lively in this first quarter and a bit.
Michael Gordon coming in on the left.
That's what they needed.
The home crowd go up as one.
Look at the numbers getting around Gordon. That might be his first goal for the footy club.
Well, it was a lovely goal too. He never worried. And as I said, to your point, Greenaway saw him on the lead, honoured the lead, and then doesn't matter who kicks the goal as long as the team kick the goals. And he done the right thing for his team, making his teammate look better. So it's Labrador 8-3-51 leading the home side. Mount Gravatt 5-5-35 on this beautiful Brisbane day. We're coming up to the 12-minute mark of the QAFL Round 6 game, and at Ditmar Park here today. Of course, Southside Toyota Oval is what it's named for the sponsors of the great venue here today. But we've got a ball game on our hands. Can Mount Gravatt get back-to-back goals? They need it.
Pearce again. This is Simpson. Gets the clearance out. Pearce overran the footy. Here's a chance for the Tigers. Handball's inboard. Goes inside 50. Looking for Wright. Wright's a little bit deeper at the moment. Here comes the Vultures, our defence. Decides to go inboard. Opening up a little bit of space through that corridor. Kicks it outside. This is Gordon again. They're moving the ball a lot better now, the Vultures. Going inside 50. Look out. Great mark.
That's great play there. Beautiful play by Young off the half back there. Hit up and found Gordon on the lead. And then Gordon's brought it inside. And Jonah is having a shot, the skipper. And they need this one from the skipper.
That's probably the best way they've been moving the footy all afternoon, Jack. That was brilliant from half back to half forward. Great stuff by the Vultures.
Back in the day, they would have said champagne football. Can he put the bubbly on for him? Coming in, the skipper, Jonah Lick. Oh, he's not going to make the distance. Oh, they got the front spotter. Kick off the ground. Through for one behind.
The corks would have been popping, as they say, Jack, if he'd managed to kick that one, the captain. Labrador looked to move the ball quickly. Launches the ball deep down through that corridor. Ball hits the deck. That's Lee. Lee handballs the ball off. Here's plenty of space. Look at it now. Space is going to open up going inside 50. Great Shepherd put on. Over the back. Great mark taken by Henderson again. And chips the ball in. And that's an instant response by the Labrador Tigers. Going through that corridor. Just open the space up through handball. And Henderson again caught him out the back. Took an easy mark.
You're spot on, Kane. And look, Simpson didn't panic. He just waited. He had to wait up the situation. kick to advantage, and again, that experience just worked him under the footy. It's the second time he's done that today. Lockie Henderson, the reigning Newman medalist at the Labrador Tigers, puts through his second for the day. And we now have a Labrador 9-3-57 leading Mount Gravatt 5-6-36. Our goal kickers so far today for the Tigers, Nathan Wright has 4, Lockie Henderson 2, Harry Law 2, and 1 to Benny Hughes. And for Mount Gravatt, it's 1 each to Dylan Smith, Joel A, Marcus Koo, Wyatt Greenaway, and Michael Gordon.
Nathan Wright back in the ruck against Pearce. Wright, beautiful tap ruckman, Wright is. Pearce, though, gets the clearance, decides to handball back. Ball hits the deck. Here's a chance now, got to go. Tigers, good on that occasion. Touched off the boot by the looks of it. Umpire said play on. Chips the ball in, just over Nathan Wright's head. This is Pearce. Pearce handballs over the top, puts his teammate under pressure. Brown laid a beautiful tackle for the Tigers. There it is again, ball drifting across. Ball's not going anywhere in that contest. Umpire comes in for a ball up.
Seen a real lift from Bailey Brown this quarter, and also Campbell Lake doing a great job for the Tigers. Here's a chance that the ball goes out to the back. Tigers go forward. Nice kick. No one can take the mark. Now's his chance. It spills out the back. Labrador will get the numbers through Young first. Sorry, it's Mount Gravatt, and they go backwards and go forwards. Now they're out. Good play there by the Vultures. Handball over the top. Now they'll kick down the line. Pack set themselves, and it's a mark over the top and out the back.
Not paid.
Play on's a call, and they'll lock it up there, Kane, right in front of the opposition coach's box here, the Labrador coaching box, and the umpire will come in and throw it up as the boys. Just a little bit of a push and shove. I think his own mate pushed him down then.
That was Xavier Smith laying that tackle. He, speaking of laying tackles, gets bundled over the boundary line. Bit of push and shove. You've got Campbell Lake there, not taking a backward step in the headgear, number 6. No, that's okay.
Okay.
It was a boundary throw in, so that's okay. He was throwing the ball back to the boundary umpire. But the midfield for Labrador are just getting on top at the moment. Pearce got to the front spot, though. Taps the ball down towards the likes of Matty Lee again.
Had a good quarter, Lee, hadn't he?
No, he's been really lively. Probably had 6 or 7 possessions in the second quarter.
Love the effort of Pearce, the ruckman. He just gets in there and just gives it what he's got.
And Pearce up against a sort of, I guess, probably a smaller body, a bit younger in experience in right. Pearce should try and get in front, and does once again. Here's the chance for the Vultures. Almost gets caught on the ball, dropped it. No free kick paid. Vultures, another strong mark by the captain in Lick. Lick. Deep inside 50, true one-on-one. Here comes Smith. Can't take the mark. Big fella, snap, and goal! Number 27.
Koo.
That was Marcus Koo again. Deep inside 50. And great effort by the big man. Showed a bit of poise, snapped over the shoulder, and a great finish.
Again, great work to Smith. He didn't take the mark, but he got the front spot. The ball spills free. Doesn't matter what size you are. It was Koo that was front and centre, and he capitalised. So great work by the big ruckman, and certainly proving a handful down there today. And look, Licht, the skipper, has lifted it, and he's taken a couple of strong contested marks now. Starting to ease his way into the game.
And talk about seeing an example for your teammates. He's been brilliant in the second quarter for the Vultures. And they get a little bit closer now, the Mount Gravatt Vultures. 6-6-42 to 9-3-57. Game in favour of the Tigers at the moment. We've played just over 18 minutes in the second quarter. Pearce and Wright go up again. Wright wins it on that occasion. Simpson lays a tackle. Ball comes free. Kicked forward for the Vultures. This is number 5, Brendan O'Day. Goes inside 50, unfortunately. Goes a little bit too far, too wide, and kicks it out on the full jack.
We'll go around the grounds, and it's Aspley 51 leading Maroochydore 9, Redland 46 leading Sherwood 43, and it's Surface Paradise 44 leading 28. As the Tigers get the ball deep in defence, looking to switch the ball. What options have they got? They'll go in short, and he finds Robinson. Robinson right in the goal mouth. Defensive 50. Drives the ball in front of the scoreboard. No one can take the mark, in front of the commentary box, but the ball will go over the line, and a chance for Mount Gravatt to recoup. As we have a look at the other games, Palm Beach 41 leading Broadbeach 27. And Surface Paradise 44 leading Morningside 28. So there's a couple of good scores going around the grounds, and a couple of teams have lifted from last week.
Now, great effort by the Mount Gravatt forwards there. They pushed the Tiger defence into a bit of a stalemate and forced them down the line, and it was easy to push the ball over the boundary line. So great effort by the Vultures as Labrador look to clear now. Kicks down the line towards half forward, one-on-one. That's Henderson again. Chips the ball inside. 50. Mark taken though. Actually, that's Henderson. And Henderson kicks his third.
Well, he's kicked them all from just by working his direct opponent under the ball. So great play there by the Tigers. Again, we spoke about it earlier in the first term, Kane. You brought it up about the ability to be able to bring the ball from defence to the forward to get their goals.
And Henderson, the amount of space Labrador's finding deep inside their forward 50, it's always a one-on-one contest, and it's so easy for the likes of Nathan Wright as well, and of course Lockie Henderson with the experience, force the direct opponent underneath the drop of the ball, take an easy chest mark over the back, stroll in, kick an easy one. You can kick goals pretty easy when you're 5 metres out directly in front, and a great finish again by Henderson.
Umpire to throw the ball up. Taps it down. Tigers get their hands on the ball. Koo feeds it back to Johnson. Johnson onto the left, just drives it, just pops it in front and finds his teammate in Carbell. Carbell kicks the ball high. One-on-one. Set himself licked. Good way by Jung, the old champ. Quick snap off the goal by Smith.
That's Smith.
Through. He's a goal sneak. He makes things happen, and Dylan Smith kicks his second for the afternoon. He's a real live wire up there. And Mount Gravatt answers straight back. So it's a Labrador 10-3-63, leading Mount Gravatt 7-6-48. You're getting all your live action here on the YouTube channel for the AFL Queensland YouTube channel. Of course, all this brought to you by Double Take Sports, who are bringing the action here today. And of course, umpires today are sponsored by, this year sponsored by Bradman Windows and Doors, Kane. So again, it's Mount Gravatt hanging in there.
Now, how good was, again, the captain again? First one-on-one contest. We just talked about Henderson down the other end. All of a sudden, a true one-on-one contest, deep inside 50 for the Vultures. Ball gets front and centre. And Smith again, beautiful snap. As the Vultures look to attack again. Kick inside 50. Great effort on that occasion, though, by the defensive unit of Labrador. And that's number 32. That's Jed Riddle. What a mark. Decides to go down the line again. Gets up Anderson. No mark taken. Bang! Look at the pressure now. Ball hits the deck. Handball over the top. Looking for his captain in Lee. Ball's dribbling around. Still has possession of the footy. Umpire decides to call for a boundary throw-in.
Strong work by Hughes. He's been lively up there. I think he got organised their last goal for Labrador that went to Henderson. So as he comes off for a bit of a break. And he's going to be swapping over there with Harry Law. Umpire to go to throw the ball in. Tigers 63, Mount Gravatt 48. Front spot, Koo. Nice little kick away out of the stoppage by Lays. He kicks it forward, play on's a call. That's great play. He's going to be under pressure.
Good work by Pearce.
He got his kick away, White Muff, but it's going to be taken by Young.
Oh,
he gets
great tackle.
Umpire says play on. Here's a chance now as the Vultures go long into the forward line. Smith's in second spot, can't take the mark. Ball spills free. Tigers got chance. They lower their eyes, and there's a nice little kick, and he hits up and finds Josh Young.
And Lick just got pushed underneath the footy on that occasion. Couldn't really contest the ball. No free kick paid. Tigers looking to come out of defence. 2-on-1 in front of the Vultures. Ball dribbles around. No mark taken. Tackler goes bang! Geez, locks him up right there. If Labrador got the ball out, they were gone. But great effort there by the Mount Gravatt defensive unit on that occasion on this broadcast side wing. Ruckman go up. No clear winner. Here come the Vultures again. Handball to the big fella who wasn't moving at the time. Had no idea what was going on. That's Gordon again. Drifts the ball forward. Here's Pearce. Great handball in board. Almost got intercepted by the Tigers. Decides to kick inside 50 steps. Weaves, dodges. Here's Smith again. Great effort there by the Tigers. Tigers coming out of defence once again. Just hacks the ball forward. Bad kick. Touched off the boot. Here, right to the foot of the goal square. All the numbers with the Tigers, though. rushes the ball through for a rush behind Jack.
Colbell was being busy, a nice little side step. He's had a couple of kicks inside forwards, 50. But the ball goes through for a point and the Tigers have got a chance to reset. Approaching time on second term. Nice little kick. He's going to find a play all unattended in Cade Gregory.
Now, again, the Vultures had a perfect opportunity to lock that ball in. Just a little bit lazy by Gordon on that occasion.
Lovely kick by Gregory. Nice mark. Lake goes in board with a handball. The Tigers reset. Kick out forward. They're battling for the ball there. Punched out the back. Now handball over the top by the ruckman. Hofferman's on the lead. Look who he's found. It's Nathan Wright. And Wright's going to have a shot looking for his 50. Looking inboard. Has he got a better target? That's a nice little kick there again. Started from back. Inside forward 50. That's where the goals are coming from. Their defensive. I think the bit more forward pressure, I think, is if they can. Because now the Tigers are having another shot on goal. Lining up for their 11th. And he's lining up for his 5th before half time. I don't think he's got hold of that one. And it's snuck in through for a behind. And it'll be Labrador now, 10-5, 65, I think it is.
Dangerous. No, the Vultures get out of it on that occasion. Now, again, they've been pretty good in the second quarter. They've got some open space on that far side. Decides to come to broadcast side. All the numbers with the Tigers. Here's the captain, Licht again. Licht, another contested mark. Goes down the line. Could have some numbers over the back. Here's Pearce. Great mark by the big fella. Now they're moving the ball quite quickly now. Deep inside 50, over the back. And another mark taken.
Milford.
That's Milford again. He was good in the first quarter. He took a couple of marks like this. He's come up a little bit sore, though, in that marking contest.
Look, Smith's sitting all by himself now.
Now, Smith could just drift into the pocket. But look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8 free Labrador defenders at the moment. And you got Smith just over the man on the mark. Just standing there with his hands on his head, looking around, and all he sees is Tigers. Milford now. Right foot kick, coming back, holds the line, no, won't even make the distance. All the numbers with the Tigers, they've got 8 and 9 numbers around this footy. Decides to launch a top down that corridor. Here's Henderson, loses his footing, handballs off to Lee. Lee handballs over the top. That's to Kemp. Kemp, unfortunately, the ball gets intercepted, could have been legged, no free kick paid, gets absolutely poleaxed. Labrador have got all the numbers around this footy. Henderson again. Here's Gordon. Gordon handballs to McDonald, and McDonald clears for the Vultures.
Vultures go inboard and looking there, and it's a nice mark to Pearce at centre half forward. He's really lifted his work rate today, having a good day. Onto the lead. It's going to be chopped off over the top of Milford. It goes. Smith comes in nice and hard.
Bang!
Can't take the mark though. The Tigers sweeping on top of the ball, and the umpire says, "I'll have it, thank you." There's been a lift in intensity by the Vultures.
And we talked about earlier, Jack, the small forward pressure, being able to lock that ball in. They've been so much better in that area in the second quarter.
Quick kick away into the pack, upset themselves, can't take the mark out the back. Is Lick the captain, and he puts it through. The skipper has really lifted this term, and the Mount Gravatt get the next one. So we have Labrador 10-4, 64, Mount Gravatt 8-7, 55 Kane as we approach the 28-minute mark of the second term. And this is a lot better effort. We've got a 9-point ball game.
Geez, and again, it's been that forward pressure. That forward pressure, being able to put the pressure on that Tigers defence, force the ball out wider, slow them down when they're trying to switch the footy, and on the odd occasion they've been able to cut it off. But that move for Pearce going to centre forward has been great in the second quarter for the Vultures.
Well, Pearce and Licht have been providing some options up there, and of course we've seen Gordon come into the game this quarter. We've seen Milford come into the game, and we've also seen Carbell start to get his hands on the footy as well. Centre clearance, all important. Simpson, dogged. Good play. Handball over the top there by Coombs, but it's going to be taken away by Mount Gravatt. Up they go. Good fist away. Nice little fist away there by Riddle. But it's going to be Labrador who lead for the footy. Can't pick it up. Jumping on top of the ball there was Young. Fighting his way for it, and the ball's going to be bounced, thrown up outside the forward 50.
Now, the Vultures definitely consider that as a win, being able to lock the ball across our forward. And like we talked about before, Pearce is doing brilliantly well, and then being able to pinch in the ruck at half forward, so the main ruckman gets a rest in the middle of the ground or half a kick behind the play.
Yep. Umpire to throw the ball up. Nice tap out there by McElDrew, sorry. Nice play, Young, nice and hard. Tigers will clear the ball out. Kick nice and high. Can't take the mark. Law puts the pressure on. Battling away in there was Hughes also. And the umpire will bounce the ball.
And all of a sudden, so, you know, it's almost perceived pressure for the Tigers defence at the moment. They're just trying to hack the ball forward, which is a bit of a change from the way they were moving the ball across the ground in that first quarter.
All said and done, both teams have kicked 4 goals this term. Umpire throws the ball up, tapped away. Oh, nice quick kick away by Lay. Licked, trying to get the ball. Handball over the top. Here's a chance now for Townsend. He lowers his eyes, kicks towards Smith. What can he create of this? Turns inside out, gets onto his right foot, centres the ball. Well, Lick's got to go for it. He can't take the mark. Coombs, handballs. Good, nice play there. And the ball will be cleared away for the Tigers, but it's going to be marked in the middle of the ground. Play on's a call by the umpire. And 50! Well, hang on. I got confused myself. I thought he called play on, but mustn't have.
Geez, was it touched off the boot? Was it play on? Was it a mark? Not quite sure. It's a bit hard for that any player to work out what's going on. And umpire decided, yes, it was a mark, and yes, it was 50. So here's another shot on goal for the Vultures. And I believe, I can't quite make out the number on the back of this player with the footy at the moment. Coming inside 50. We'll work it out later. Left foot kick.
It's Young.
That's Young. And the ball drifts across off the mark, unfortunately. That would have been a massive momentum booster for the Vultures if he could nail that one. And it's 8-8-56. Labrador still leading 10-4-64. Just going into time on in the second quarter before half time. If they manage to get the ball out the back, ball drifts over for another boundary throw in. The Tigers were out. If that ball drifted over the back, they had Law all on his own across half forward. So Vultures now gain to the play they're playing on. All one-on-one across the ground at the moment. Ruckman going to go up again. Pearce has had a massive second quarter for the Vultures. Contest that one on that occasion. Here comes the captain, Lee. Fumbles though. Vultures again drifting towards half forward.
Oh, Koo.
Great effort by Koo. Koo again. Handballs over the back. Here we go now. Vultures kick inside 50. There's Smith. Oh, almost gets his head taken off. Play on. Almost took each other out, the Vultures forwards on that occasion. That could be out on the full, and is.
You've got to admire the effort of the Vultures. They've really had a crack this quarter. I thought, it could have been blown right out. But, geez, they're much improved this year, and they've rolled their sleeves up, as we spoke about, and they're right in this ball game.
Geez, Jack, Greenaway. It was Greenaway who just got in the way of Smith. But here come the Vultures now, just before half-time, and all of a sudden Henderson finds himself at centre-half back. As the siren goes for half-time, this is definitely going to be an exciting second half for these two sides. Mount Gravatt trailing Labrador. Mount Gravatt 8-8-56 to the Labrador Tigers 10-4-64. We'll be back for third quarter action, QAFL round 6 between the Vultures and the Tigers.
My name's James Strybos. I started umpiring at the Jindalee Jags Football Club. I've been going for about 20 years now, and I'm now just becoming an AFL umpire.
So I'm Matthew Young. I've been umpiring for 17 years now. Started at Jindalee Jaguars, also into the QAFL, into the NEFL, VFL, and then finally in the AFL.
Hi, my name's Andrew. I started umpiring at the Aspley Hornets Football Club. I've been umpiring for close to 11 years, and now I'm umpiring AFL football.
I was influenced by my dad. He was running around in Queensland at the time, and then the local footy club at Jindalee wanted some club umpires, so I thought it was a great opportunity to earn a little bit while I could. So I started in club umpiring, and then really quickly kind of found myself wanting to get involved in the Brisbane Juniors. So then made my way through that pathway all the way into senior footy up here in Queensland.
So we started playing together back at Jindalee Jaguars, and he had a history of umpiring in his family with his old man, and seeing James umpire as well got me involved into umpiring. So to now share that experience that we've had for so long, 15 years or whatever it is, 16 years, to now umpire, and hopefully we get to do a game together at AFL level, which will be awesome.
I started playing at Aspley at under-8s football, and then when I got to about under-13s, I started my club umpiring journey there just to make a bit of extra money. Probably like a lot of umpires, I realised that I was a lot better at umpiring than I was at playing, so to get to any sort of decent level, I knew that it wasn't going to be through playing, it was going to be through umpiring, so it was a pretty easy decision in the end.
Down at Jindalee, it was a pint of Coke, whether it was a scoreboard or club umpiring or goal umpiring. I used to run about 3 or 4 games a weekend and enjoy the 3 or 4 pies and Cokes, which was fantastic. I'm glad it's changed a little bit now.
Absolutely, give it a go. I didn't have a whole lot of interest when I was playing footy until friends and whatnot started umpiring, and then I just loved it from day one. So I think it's a great opportunity for you to build confidence in yourself. There's so many range of areas where you can develop yourself outside of footy as well, and helps you in life in general. So give it a go for sure. It's a journey that I'm so thankful that I took up at a young age.
Obviously the 3 of us getting put on this year, and there's already 2 on the list at the moment, so to have a good strong contingent of Queensland umpires on the list is fantastic, and to do it with 2 guys that I've kind of come through the ranks with and umpired a lot of football with, it's really good.
It's been a long road to get to this position, and when the phone call came through, I was pretty speechless, and even now talking about it, it's still very exciting, and really just looking forward to what challenges are ahead with it.
I think it's probably commitment is the number one thing. A lot of people have a lot of talent and a lot of people have a lot of promise, but I think if you can combine that with commitment and getting everything right off the field and putting in 100% like everything, I think that's probably what it takes is to get there. Yeah.
Well, welcome back to the round 6 game between the QAFL between Mount Gravatt and the Labrador Tigers. I'm Jack Barry. I'm joined by Kane Browning, who's come all the way up on the M1 today for this great game at half-time. We see Mount Gravatt 56 trailing Labrador 64. Kane, it's been a really entertaining game. At times looks like Labrador are going to get away with it, but to Mount Gravatt's credit, they've been able to handle themselves and keep working hard and keep themselves right involved in the game.
Geez, the moment they move Pearce to centre forward, is he pinching in the ruck? Is he playing deep forward? Moved him to centre forward, all of a sudden presents a massive target for the Vultures going into their forward 50. And then you've got the Mosquito Fleet and also Smith lining up at full forward, being extremely lively, being able to lock the ball in. And when Labrador's been able to get the ball inside defensive 50, forcing them out wide, forcing them to move slow, and just knocking off the contest down the line and just popping it over the boundary line. Yep, throw the ball in, let's go again. They're really slowing the movement of the play down and forcing Labrador into mistakes, which is a massive plus considering the way the game ended for the Vultures last week, getting pumped by 14 goals by Wilson Grades. So if they're any chance in the second half, they've got to show that second quarter form going into this third quarter. And Labrador, on the other hand, all of a sudden Nathan Wright went a little bit quiet at the back end of that quarter. And all of a sudden you had Henderson lined up on Pearce at centre half back instead of in his spot at centre half forward, putting the Vultures defensive unit under pressure. All of a sudden he had to be forced backwards, and it takes a massive plus for the Labrador Tigers inside their attacking 50s. So well done to the coaching staff of the Vultures and well done to the playing group.
Yeah, it's been certainly a really interesting half, and we saw a real lift from their forwards. We saw Michael Gordon get back into the game. We saw Sam Cowbell get into the game. Harry Milford was lively up forward, but you're right, Smith, he's a bit of a ball man. He's creative, isn't he? He'll feel like something's going to happen. He gets to the front spot. He plays some really good footy. And you're right, the two twin towers of Licht and Pearce gave him something to kick to, and their contested marking was really good. But for the Tigers, the lead I thought he was fantastic. Lake and Brown really got back into the game. Of course, Simpson's just a bulldozer. He just works hard, coming off a game high 30 possessions last week. And again, we saw Henderson, as you said, up forward. He's kicked himself 3 goals, and he's got them all by just moving his player under the ball. A bit of experience there, and done well. But I think, again, they moved the ball quickly inside that, and he's had a little bit of space to work into. So the Tigers, they're not going to roll over here. They've got to work really hard to get this win, and for the home team, they've got a good crowd support here tonight. So it's plenty to play out yet.
And the one thing I did notice, especially in the second part of that second quarter, all of a sudden the space really opened up across both half-forward lines. And we saw in the first quarter where Mount Gravatt were getting smashed with turning the ball over in their defensive 50 and Labrador being able to go the length of the ground practically and kicking goals quite easily. So they've been able to improve in that area, and they're really making it a 50-50 across the ground, especially in that midfield battle at the moment. I mean, the likes of, you got Coombs in there, you got Simpson in there for Labrador, you got Lee in there, but they've been able to turn them into 50-50s, either locking the ball in for another ball up, reset again. So they're just getting slightly on top, slowly but surely. And if Labrador aren't careful, if Mount Gravatt can kick the first couple of goals in this third quarter, they're going to have a lot of work to do to get back in the game, the Tigers. So sets up a brilliant second half between these two sides, and looking to leapfrog each other on their positions on the ladder as well, going into round 7.
Well, players moving into their positions for the third term here at Southside Toyota, Ditman Park in Brisbane. And we have a quick look around the grounds. We see Aspley 77 leading Maroochydore 15. We have a Redlands Victoria Point 65 leading Sherwood 52.
Oh, that's a good game.
Surfers Paradise on top of the Panthers at Surfers Paradise 48 leading the Panthers 29, and Palm Beach 48 leading Broadbeach 35. As we get the umpire to throw the ball up, and as Koo gets the first tap out, but it's sharked away there by Lee. Here's a chance now for the Tigers to go out to Coombs. Coombs kicks the ball inside forward 50, but it's going to be a nice mark. Oh, solid! Bang. He had to go, Austin Brennan, he did. He's seeing stars, but his handball over the top to Young. Young just gets it on the boot. It's a wobbly punt kick. Up forward, no one can take the mark. Spills free. Milford taps the ball along the ground. Now it's taken away by Lee. He draws, no, feigns. Now he kicks inside forward 50. Up they go, but it's a no mark. Play-on's a call. Good pressure there by the Tigers. Handball, nice little handball up there by Law. Now they go forward. Can he get in front of the mark? And he, just can't take the mark. Kane, the ball goes out of bounds inside forward 50 for the Tigers.
And all of a sudden, we were talking about Lee in the middle of the ground. All of a sudden, he probably had 4 or 5 touches in the space of about 30 seconds. Push that ball deep inside, attacking 50. Wright wasn't good enough on that occasion to take the mark. Push the ball over the boundary line, but Labrador was perfectly set up here for a shot on goal. Here we go again. The two ruckmen compete. No one can win clear possession. Tigers get first use. Gets tackled immediately. That'll be a ball up. Great tackle laid by number 17. Leahy again. He's been really lively to start this third quarter. Uncontested ruck contest there by the Mount Gravatt Vultures. Brings the ball to ground. That could be out on the full. It is. The number 4, Luke Coombs, is going to bomb this ball inside, attacking 50. Here we go now. Runs around, right foot kick, right to the goal square. Nathan Wright couldn't take a mark. Ball drifts forward, trying to force the ball for a ball in. And the ball gets smothered, rolls over the boundary line. That's touched off the boot, so there'll be a throw in. As Labrador trying to lock the ball in early in this third quarter.
Good play there by Zach Young. He gets his hands on the ball behind the footy there for the Vultures. He's been a busy player today, having a good season. Umpire throws the ball in. Henderson can't get the tap out. Here's a chance now. Tigers swooping on the ball. Again, Henderson
Good
under the
tackle.
pressure. Strong tackle. Umpire says he had no opportunity to get rid of the ball. And Stewart and Henderson will give the ball back. Henderson says he'll take the ruck. Q and Henderson. Oh, he snaps it out. A quick handball. Here's a chance. A quick kick away high there.
That's a goal.
And it's gone through for a goal.
That's Offerman's.
Offerman gets his first for the day. Charlie Offerman's. And it's now Labrador. They're looking for their first. They've got it. 11-4-70. Extend their lead out. And Mount Gravatt 8-8-56 Kane.
Geez, they were just a little bit lackluster at the contest there. That ball up. They were more like guarding space rather than going a direct opponent. And Offerman's just drifting off the back of the pack. Ball just sat in his lap beautifully. And a great snap, great finish. And the Tigers get the first one on the board for the second half.
TJ Halkus for the Vultures is putting a tight tag on the skipper Lee. It's been an interesting battle all day. Up they go. Koo taps it out. It's going to be taken away again. Nice clearance by the Tigers. They go inside forward 50. Front spot. Good tackle.
Good tackle.
Oh, straight through, but he's got him high.
Oh,
Play
surely.
on's a call. Jeez, I thought he might have got him high. The umpire says no, into the side. A bit of a bump there.
Hang on.
He wasn't happy with it. He wasn't happy with it. That was Sean Goody.
Well, to be fair, the big number 18, Sean Goody got his head taken off. No free kick paid, and all of a sudden he had a Labrador Tiger in his face pushing him. It's like, hang on, I'm the one that got hit head high.
Anderson comes up with the ball. Umpire throws it up. He jumped early. Henderson, clever. Handball over the top. Another tap. Simpson gets on the right foot, kicks it
Jeez,
high.
mark that, boys.
Worked his way under it. Umpire says a holding free kick, and it'll be the Vultures will clear the ball as the crowd go up as one. Goes in short. Johnson.
I've liked Johnson this afternoon too, across halfback. He's been pretty good.
Former Panther. Got an opportunity across here. Hasn't stopped since. Nice kick. Down the line, pack set themselves at all Tigers. Can't take the mark, was Young. Here's a chance now. Swooping on the ball is Lay. He takes a bounce, kicks the ball long into the forward 50. Setting himself, going to get the front spot. Good work there by the Vultures. Brown's onto the ball. Handball's out wide. Trying to gain possession. Ducks inside. Kicks round the corner, down the line. No one can take the mark, can he?
Offerman's
He did.
again.
Offerman takes the mark, Kane.
Jeez, he's been great in the start of this third quarter. He's probably had 3 or 4 possessions already. Goes in board now, dangerous kick, but it's good enough on that occasion to take the mark. Seachin goes out wide. That's number 12 in Kemp. Kemp going down the line, looking for Brown, but gets cut off. Here's a chance for the Vultures. Coming through that corridor, looking for some open space. Inside 50, Smithall on his own, takes an easy grab.
Great work there by Toom. Just measured his kick and then on the lead. It's hard to stop those ones. Now Smith.
And all of a sudden, Mount Gravatt, all of a sudden, have got this kick inside 50. They turn it over in a real dangerous part, the Tigers. And the ball was easily kicked to Smith, who had probably 20 metres on his direct opponent.
He's a bums-on-seat type of player, isn't he? You want to come and watch this kid play. Interesting to see how he goes. He's, as I said, he's kicked a couple today. This will be interesting if he can get his third. Give him something to get up and about.
Smith comes in now, right foot kick. Across the face of goal though, just missing. Another behind to the Vultures, 8-9-57 trailing Labrador, 11-4-70. Played just on 6 minutes into this third quarter, Jack.
Tigers to bring the ball back in. Off they go. Long, high kick on the outer wing. Punched away by the Vultures, and the ball goes over the line and out of bounds. So good work there by Jackson Griffiths. Gets his fist into the footy. Umpire bring it back in. Approaching the 6.5 minute mark of the third term.
Now another matchup I was looking at before, it was Tommy Simpson for the Tigers and Joel Leahy, who's had a bit of the footy in the third quarter as well, lining up against each other. So that's a real interesting contest in that midfield battle.
Well, Lee's probably got him for the pace, but inside, in and under, that's where Simpson does his work. Here's a chance for the Tigers. They've got the numbers. They kick in forward. No one can take the mark, but they've got numbers at the ball. Front and centre. This is a good play. Handball over the top. Lake, here's a chance. He just doesn't quite hit his target, and the ball goes over the line and out of bounds. So Tigers still in control.
And that's the thing too. Ben Hughes, or number 23, drops into that centre half forward spot when Henderson is up at the contest, and then Henderson drifts down like he is now, deep inside attacking 50, lined up on Stewart. That's been an interesting matchup as well across the day. Henderson's kicked a few goals, but Stewart's been pretty reasonable.
No, he's a solid player. Here's a chance for Tigers. Kicks high. Law in front spot.
Got to get there.
Good defensive punch away there by Greenaway. Run away, handball over the top. Here's a chance for the Tigers. A smothered ball.
Great smother there.
It was Greenaway again. Tigers.
Oh, and lays a tackle as well. Great work by Greenaway.
That was strong work by Greenaway. I think, is he gone back?
He's going back. He's deep inside defensive 50. That could be a free kick to the Tigers. None paid. Ball's almost going to get locked up again. Great tackle laid by the Tigers. Here comes the pressure.
Anderson
again. We've got Jaden Young, the co-captain, punches the ball forward. Ball drifts over the boundary line though for another boundary throw in. And they're peppering a little bit the Tigers early on this third quarter, but Mount Gravatt have been pretty solid in defence.
They'll want the next one, the Vultures. They won't be chasing tail all day. They want to be trying to start to dictate the turns, but the Tigers have looking dangerous inside their forward 50. Henderson and Law just sitting down there waiting. Cleared away by the Vultures. Good work. Long and high down the line. Front spot. Young again. Under pressure. Gets his handball away. Can't kick the ball below his knee. The big fella in McEldrew.
He sort of drifted out of the...
I keep calling him McEldrew. McEldrew.
He sort of drifted out of the game a little bit, the big fella McEldrew.
He's very good with his tap work. That was good work there by Pearce. Just moved him away from the footy. But yeah, his hands around the stoppage is very clever.
And all of a sudden, Labrador's got the ascendancy in that midfield battle, which has forced Pearce to come from centre half forward to go back into the ruck and try and get some consistency in there in their tap-out work. So all of a sudden, they've had to force that move, Labrador, which has been good to see early in the third quarter. Pearce again. This is Offermans. Offermans has been brilliant in this third quarter so far. Almost dives on the footy. Ball dribbles out. Good tackle laid. A little bit of a stalemate at the moment between these two sides. No one willing to give an inch, which is good to see early on. Tigers again. Could have been taken ahead. No free kick paid. Vultures putting their body in the line. Here's Pearce now. Kicks the ball down the line. Unfortunately, a little bit too wide. And this will be Jaden Young on that far side wing, kicking the ball back in for the Tigers.
Young goes long down. The pack set themselves over the top. Johnson can't take the mark. Swooping on top of the ball was Hughes. Now goes over the top. Here's a chance now for the Vultures, but it's going to be taken away by the Tigers. No, falls short. Under pressure, dive on top of his back. Umpire says play on. Again, he sits on top of his back. There's no such thing as in the back in the modern game. You've got to be...
Are we playing tunnel bell or, you know... I don't know what they would do. Leapfrog, I think I remember that game being. Offermans again gets the clearance. A little bit fumbly on that occasion. That's Brown. Going backwards though, the Tigers. Look at this. Vultures putting all the pressure on and forces the ball again out wide. They're forcing the Tigers to go backwards and try and hit up that sort of nothing kick down the line and forcing the ball out wide, which is really good.
Boundary umpires today are Andrew Barnes and Matthew McKenzie. As umpire Barnes will throw the ball in.
We've got Gordon coming back on the ground and also Braden O'Day pushing forward. Tigers looking to clear the ball now. Great tackle again. Locks the ball in again for another ball up.
Lee just willing his team around the stoppages. He's very, very clever. Umpire throws the ball up. Out the back. Quick kick away by the Tigers. Bouncing inside forward. Towards forward 50. Goody's going to get the ball first. He can't get a clean possession.
Good
That's a
handball.
Here's that bloke we're talking about, Lee. He screws the ball in there, looking there for Law. Law ducks and weeds, gets tackled high, and umpires had a shot on goal and hit the post, but I think he'll go back and it'll be Law's free kick. Yep.
Now that was Greenaway again, just managed to get him just slightly high, so the free kick was definitely there.
Law will line up for his third for the afternoon.
And he's been a pretty solid contributor, again coming back into the side from his VFL debut last week. So he's done pretty well this afternoon. Comes in now, left foot kick. That's going to get there. There's another goal to the Tigers. Geez, Harry Law, goal number 3, like you said, Jack. Now, the Tigers leading 12-4-76 to Mount Gravatt, 8-9-57. We've played just on 13 minutes into this third quarter.
Well, their goals, as you can see, they've come from Wright with 4, and he kicked 3 of them in the first term, and then they've got 3 from Henderson and 3 from Law. Benny Hughes has also got 1, and so has Charlie Offermans, but the 3 blokes have been their main goals kickers for today.
Well, you look at this, it's 17 scoring shots for Mount Gravatt. Labrador's had 16, but it's 12-4 to 8-9, so a little bit more efficient going forward.
It's a good, nice little tap out around the corner to Pearce, but the ball doesn't go very far, and it'll be a throw up back in the middle of the ground. Can the Vultures bounce back quickly with a goal? Tapped over the top, there, through.
Offermans again.
Clearance, he's really lifted this term. A fumble by Hughes.
Crunch. That was Pearce. What a tackle. Absolutely lined him up and went bang, all above board. So good from the big fella who's going to go up in the ruck against Wright. Pearce won the tap out, but the Tigers end up with the footy. Going inside, attacking 50. One-on-one, Henderson there. Great spoil there by the Vultures. Keep your feet, son. Locks the ball in. Could have dragged that ball in. No.
That was Young. Great play again.
Great effort there by Zach Young. And that's really been like both ends of the ground for the Vultures. Greatly improved from last week's effort. Pearce again against Henderson. Ball inside, attacking 50 though for the Tigers. Could be anyone's ball. Vultures go to ground. Dummy, weave, dodge, left foot, right foot snap. What a goal. Big number 23. That is Benny Hughes for goal number 2.
Another multiple goal scorer for the Tigers. That was great. Again, he ducked, he weaved, he just sold the dummy, and then when he had a clear shot on goal, he put it through, made the most of it. And he got cleaned up in the middle there earlier, so he recovered well, and he's hurt him where it hurts most on the scoreboard.
And Offermans, that's the thing. Offermans goes on the ground, and Lee comes back on the ground. So a like for like, Offermans has been massive in this third quarter and the first few minutes.
Yeah, no, he certainly responded. Coach Watts would have had a good talk to him at half time, and spoke to him about why they got him. No one does their homework, as good as Clint Watts. His knowledge on the opposition is second to none. And but again, the Vultures have been able. They've got some great coaches in their coaching box this year. They've really lifted their game and much improved. And they'll bounce back quickly. And it's a nice tap over the top. Here's a chance for them to get that clearance if they can. They're under pressure, just trying to gain possession. It's been a really good game today. Tigers get to the goal first through Lake. He's under pressure. He tries to get the handball over the top. Umpire says you've dropped it. So here's a chance now.
All one-on-one forward of the footy, the Vultures. They've got to get the ball in quick, though. Put the Labrador back line under pressure. All of a sudden, Wright's got back. Pardon me. Mark almost there by Smith. Snap on goal by Gordon. Ball drifting back. Wright gets there. No! Wright ends up leaping over the fence. Goes tumbling. Great goal there by Smith. Actually, no, it was Gordon. Gordon there. Great finish by the young man. Kicks goal number 2.
Great work by Michael Gordon. And that's the goal they were looking for. And they just won't lie down. They won't go away, Mount Gravatt.
First real chance in this third quarter, Jack, inside attacking 50 of the Vultures, and they've ended up kicking a goal. So doing pretty well as far as they've gone in once and kicked a goal. So great third quarter effort. They're just keeping that margin close enough at the moment, aren't they?
Yep, they are. Can they get back-to-back goals? They need them. 19-point ball game. Umpire throws the ball up. Simpson tackles strong as he does. And it'll be thrown up. Of course, he led the tackles last week with 11. You can see why. He's just a bustling champion for the Tigers.
Oh, no. I thought that might be a bit of a sling tackle.
It's like umpire reckons.
Oh, the umpire has paid the sling tackle. Now, I believe that's number 10. Bailey Tom has come up pretty sore. Holding his head a little bit. Moving extremely slowly. Going to launch the ball with his left foot towards half forward now. Got to be a push in the back. No free kick paid. That was Lay again. Lay. No. Tigers got possession. Ball bouncing dangerously inside attacking 50 for the Vultures. But unfortunately, they've given away an easy free kick to the Tigers to relieve the pressure valve as they come across from half back.
Nice kick out wide, the Tigers just regrouping. They're going to go look inside the 45. Lake gives him an option. Decides to go backwards.
They've been so good in this area, sorry to interrupt, Jack, just forcing the Tigers backwards. All of a sudden they're back on their defensive goal line.
Young, the skipper. Nice little kick out towards Watmuff. He looks, just not going to waste the ball. They just want to keep possession here, the Tigers. He's going to go back across the other side, and he's got a player out there all by himself. That'll be Gregory. Gregory quickly moves it there, looking for Coombs. Bounces in front of him and over the line. So they've got a chance, the Tigers. Good defensive work by the Vultures. Haven't been able to penetrate through the corridor.
And that was all the captain too. All he did was hover around that half forward line. He probably had 3 or 4 efforts of 50 metres going from one side of the ground to the other and was able to put enough pressure on to force that ball out wide for a boundary throw in. Great effort by the captain.
Throw in. Front spot. Clearance by the Tigers. Simpson, as he does, goes inside forward 50 and beautiful mark. Lovely way to kick. He's a nice kick inside 50. He's a nice kick, isn't he, Simpson?
He never puts too much weight on the ball, Simpson. Just pops it out in front for the big fella to run onto it. And he had so much space. Play on cord. Nathan Wright outside 50 launches the ball. That's not going to be a score though. That's out in the full. And that's a real lost opportunity for the Tigers.
Sort of rushed it, didn't he? He sort of was caught between minds and then just blazed away in the end. So he'll learn from that.
Geez, dangerous kick out wide though. 1-on-1. No mark taken. They've got the numbers of the Vultures though. Look at the space. They could be out in the full and is. And both sides a little bit wayward trying to move the ball out wide this afternoon. And the Tigers will be coming back into attack.
Just had to hit his target there, Johnson. He just, just not quite good enough. Kicks down the line. Can he redeem himself? Greenwood over the top. Johnson slung to the ground after he kicked it. Tigers have numbers. Good work. Give and go. Offerman's handballs back. Coombs, a little silky. Sits it up. Good defensive work. Good punch away. Young's there.
No free kick.
Keeping the ball alive. Can they clear it? Pump it down the line, but it's going to be all Tigers. And they're going to regroup and set up for Matty Watmuff.
Tigers going to launch this ball inside attacking 50. The likes of Henderson is down there. Good effort there by the Vultures defence. No free kick paid. Offerman's is there. Handball's out to Simpson. What a goal. No. Just offline. I thought that was surely a goal. And again, another missed opportunity for the Tigers early in the third quarter to increase the lead, Jack.
Well, Offerman, Simpson both lifted this term, haven't they?
And that's the thing. If League starts getting tagged, the likes of Offerman's of Simpson suddenly get a little bit freer.
Down the line, here's a chance. Hughes gets in the front spot, can't take the mark. Ball spills free. Handball over the top. Now they'll get a clearance. Lovely little left foot kick, and it's found licked on the lead. He gives it off. Here's a chance now to Hookless. He kicks down the line. Pack set themselves over the top. Oh! Smith cops one over the head. Play on's a call. The old-fashioned ear burner. Simpson. Handball over, and they're going to get out here. Oh, the ball bounces. Steps back inside. Puts the Jets on. Handball's out wide. And they'll clear it. Simpson again, as I said, really lifted. Goes inside forward 50.
Kick.
What he kicks. Geez, he doesn't waste a possession. Lovely kick.
Oh, you can see that coming from a mile away, Jack. There was just enough open space inside attacking 50. And great work there. Lining up for Labrador's 14th goal of the afternoon. Number 17 for the Tigers, I believe that is.
I think we've got a late jumper change.
We've got a late jumper change, maybe a blood rule situation in the first half. Comes in now. Right foot kick. There's another one to the Labrador Tigers. That's goal number 14 for this afternoon. And just a bit of a momentum shifter between these two sides. Labrador was attacking in the first part of the quarter. The last few minutes, Mount Gravatt have started to come back. And all of a sudden, Labrador just put a little bit of a seal on the deal in this third quarter to get that margin out to 26 points. 22 minutes, 42 seconds into this third quarter, Jack.
Yep, no, it's great work there by the Tigers. And
still not quite sure who that goal kicker was either.
No, we'll get that goal kicker. We'll just keep chipping away till we can find out who kicked that. We're just waiting for the scores to be updated online. So here's a chance now. Up they go. Vultures need the next one.
Simpson again.
Solid work again. Lake puts his head over the ball but just can't get that clearance. The umpire will throw the ball up.
Now, Vultures got to be careful here. They don't want Labrador getting another one quickly. As the Tigers win that ruck contest, as they get another clearance. Ball towards centre forward. No mark taken. Ball dribbles along the ground. Handball's in board. Here's some open space. Look at that kick.
Oh, great mark.
And here he is again.
You've got to find his name.
Now, realistically, you know, Johnson could do absolutely nothing when the ball gets put into a little bit of open space like that. Labrador forward was able to stretch out his arms, take a really good contested mark. There's a bit of push and shove behind the play at the moment. Labrador to increase the lead. Looking for goal number 15 from a team perspective. Comes in now for 2 goals in a minute. Right foot kick. Straight over the goal umpire's head again. There's another one to the Labrador Tigers.
That's a great goal, and again, that's what it's all about. The Tigers have really lifted in this third term, and mainly through the work of Offermans and Simpson. Simpson's really hurt him with his clearances and his foot skills, and to the credit, the forwards have capitalised and kicked those goals. So 15-5, 95 the Tigers, leading Mount Gravatt 99-63 as they move out to a 32-point lead, and certainly looking well on top now. So Coach Lynn will be just seeing if they can get a couple of late quarter goals. That's what they've been able to do each term so far, is kick some late goals in the red time, and they certainly need them now.
Both ruckmen will be going up once again. Looks like Anderson is in there for the Tigers. A little bit of a height discrepancy, and actually pulls up a little bit sore from that ruck contest. Stretches out, had a bit of a pull in the calf muscle. Looks to be okay now. Going to compete again. Now Gravatt good enough to win that tap out. Look at the clearance work here by the Vultures. Just tapping the ball forward. Gets called, holding the man. This is Gordon again. Coming inside 50, looking for Smith. No mark taken. Ball dribbles out. Good tackle laid by the Labrador defence. Snap inside 50. That's Simpson again.
Beautifully cut off.
Jeez. He's everywhere this afternoon, Simpson. Well played, young man. As he comes across now, half back. Not the best kick off the boot, and unfortunately he's gone out on the full. So here's a chance for the Vultures. Kicks in board now. Inside 50, just a bit of an up and under kick. Smith! No! Goes for another high flying mark. Couldn't drag it down on that occasion. So the ball gets locked in for a ball up.
If I can't win the game, I'll win the car.
Gee, we've probably had 6 or 7 of those this afternoon, and only one has been taken.
Tap over the top. Tigers clear.
Dangerous kick.
Bouncing Young. Handball's back. Gordon's been lively this quarter. On the left foot. Nice kick.
Look at that for a finish.
Beautiful kick there. I think that was
Stewart.
Brandon Stewart.
All of a sudden he's drifted down from his deep defensive position. Was able to get up the ground. Great left foot finish on that occasion. Didn't look like missing.
No, it's a beautiful goal.
And then that makes it, you know, that makes the likes of Henderson go, oh, okay, I'm just going to be a little bit more accountable. I can't just leave the man drift off me and start kicking goals like that, as they both trudge towards the left-hand side of your picture at the moment. Going inside 50, I think Henderson's selling well done, mate. That wasn't a bad goal at all.
Yep. Gordon's gone onto the ball now for... as Coach Lynn racks up a few of the changes, just trying to get a bit more drive out of there.
Lined up on Campbell Lake.
Umpire throws it up. Good tap over the top.
Oh,
great work there by Anderson. They'll clear the ball out, the Vultures. Ball bouncing in front of O'Day. He's got the ball, turning inside out, gets on the left foot, drives it forward. Handball bounces over the top. Smith. Umpire says there's a push in the back, and the Tigers will get the free kick. Deep in defence.
They've got to try and slow the ball movement from the Tigers, because the last 5 minutes have been able to get that ascendancy, that rebound kind of footy they love from half-back deep inside attacking 50. As the Vultures are able to cut off on that occasion, putting bodies on the line, trying to lock that ball in. I don't think that ball's going to be going anywhere. Actually, it bobs out. Here's a chance for the Tigers. They've got the extra number if they're good enough. Gets shoved in the back. No free kick paid. Yes, it is.
We've got our first in the back for the day.
Now, Nathan Wright's one out in the goal square here. Henderson pushes back now to true centre forward. But again, it's that sort of slow ball movement by the Tigers. Going to be going down the line towards Henderson. Henderson launching of the footy. Great work there by Stewart. Brings the ball to ground. Numbers with the Tigers though. Launches the ball inside attacking 50. Offermans is there. Great spoil there. And that's Gordon again. Gordon's had a probably since the second quarter. The last quarter and a half has been really solid by Gordon.
Yep, and that was Simpson again, get that clearance. Again, we've got the ball down there. About to throw the ball in. Tigers 50.
Kemp's just drifted off his opponent.
Henderson gets to the front spot. Here's a chance. Blake under pressure, gone.
Got to be and is.
Great tackle there by Lay. He's had a good day for the and a good season so far for the Vultures. Oh no! He bit off a bit more than he could chew, and he's kicked it out of bounds from the full. And it's that man,
Law,
Harry Law, a little opportunist. These are his bread and butters. You think these little small forwards, they love these little trick ones in front of the crowd. Plenty of advice. He might be a left footer though, is he?
I tell you what.
Oh, he tried to steer it through. Very, very good, but not quite there.
That was Lay again.
Nice kick out. Punched over the back. Young. He's just been a rock there all day.
Oh, mark that, boys. Henderson.
Over the top. Law, clever,
Oh, great
clever.
work.
What a goal. The banana check side, call it what you will. The Tigers put another one on the board.
Now, was that Law that laid the handball, or was that Law that kicked the goal? I'm not quite sure, but either way, great effort.
I think Hughes kicked the goal.
It might have been Harry Law laying that beautiful, just quick dimmy handball into open space for his teammate. Didn't have to break stride, and a great finish. And unfortunately, for all the effort in this third quarter by the Gravatt Vultures, Labrador just showing a bit more poise with their skill level and their smarts finding their way quite a bit on top at the moment.
We now have Nathan Wright with 4. We have 3, this is for the Tigers. Nathan Wright has 4, then 3 each to Harry Law, Ben Hughes and Lockie Henderson are the major goal kickers for the Tigers. Umpire throws it up. Nice tap away by Pearce. Clearance goes towards the Vultures. Handball over the top. Can they reset? Get a late goal.
Good smother.
Pressure from the Tigers, and it's a mark there by Young, who's also really stepped it up this quarter. Nice kick towards the skipper and Lee. Co-captains today, Lee and Young. Lee, long down the line. Henderson flies. Nice punch away by Stewart. And the umpire is going to ball the ball up. Kane.
Pearce and Anderson in the ruck. Pearce should win out and does. Unfortunately, his teammate kicked it into Pearce, so that's a team smother for the Vultures. Unfortunately, gets tackled without the footy. The Tigers, no free kick paid. That was Ben Hughes, and I believe that was Sean Goody trying to lay the tackle on him. So I've got Stewart and Henderson and Pearce. Henderson wins out to Offermans. Snap around the corner. Just sneaks in for a behind. But Offermans again. He's just seen out behind the contest at the moment, and no one's going with him. So he's getting plenty of possession, driving that ball inside attacking 50.
Vultures bring it out in front of the... Oh, big fist away. No one can take the mark. And the umpire says, umpire McKenzie, the boundary umpire says, I'll have it, thank you, and we'll throw the ball in.
That was Jed Riddle with the spoil there, punching that ball over the line.
The ball thrown up. Up they go in front spot. Good work. Good strong tackle there by Lee. Anderson gets a handball away. Here's a chance now. Lay gets a handball and then gets a kick. Drives it down the line. It's a big kick. Smith's got 2 to beat. Bounces over the top. He's tackled without the footy. Umpire says play on. Tigers will clear it, switching across the play. That's a nice, lovely kick there, and it's taken away by Gregory. Gregory plays on quickly, takes a bounce. Handball's over the top. The Tigers are out. Going in short, looking for Simpson. Simpson doesn't waste too many possessions. Nice little hit-up lead. Finds Law right in front of the scoreboard. 102 plays 69.
Oh,
the Tigers got a free one over the back. Here's a chance now for the Tigers. Lee going short to Henderson. Oh, he butchers it in forward there, but just tries to find his teammate under pressure. They can't get a good clearance. Hughes, handball over the top there, looking for Young. And the umpire says, I'll have it, thanks, Kane.
Geez, they're spending so much time and energy, the Vultures, inside their defensive 50. And when they do get possession of the ball, as the third quarter siren sounds, 3-quarter time here, Mount Gravatt trailing the Labrador Tigers. Mount Gravatt 10-9-69 to Labrador 16-6, 102. End of the third quarter here for round 6 QAFL action. We'll be back for the last quarter between Mount Gravatt and the Labrador Tigers.
Welcome back to the round 6 match of the day between Labrador Tigers and the Mount Gravatt here at Mount Gravatt's Ditmar Oval today, and it's the Mount Gravatt Vultures 10-9-69 trailing Labrador 16-6 102, and I'm joining the commentary box today by Kane Browning, and we saw that quarter, Kane, Labrador kick 6 goals to 2 and probably set themselves up potentially for a victory here.
No, and as usual, came down to that midfield group, the likes of Lee, but especially the likes of Simpson, who was absolutely, pardon me,
don't get choked up about it. He's a good player. It's okay, mate. We can watch good
I'm doing well. No, Simpson was massive in that third quarter, being able to lace out his teammates deep forward with 50-metre worm-burning kicks. And he's been best on ground for me this afternoon, Simpson. But Mount Gravatt, that third quarter, for all the effort they put in, they spent 99% of the time inside the defensive 50, and by the time they got possession of the ball, they were just hacking it out. And Labrador's backline was brilliant because they were just able to set up a couple of kicks behind the play, set up the wall, and allowing their direct opponents and those Vultures forwards, okay, you go up the ground, I'm just going to hold my position here, wait for the ball to come to them. So pretty good effort by the Tigers in that third quarter.
Final quarter action here. Umpire throws the ball up. There's a tub out there by Q. Simpson, gets a strong tackle, thrown to the ground. He'll pick up a free kick for that. And Simpson, who's vying for best on ground honours, clears the ball and he gets hit again as he goes down the ground. Him and Leigh have been going at it today. Ball spills to the ground and no one can take the mark, and then he's actually taken the deep breaths in the middle of the ground there after that strong tackle is Leigh. I think he might have a bit of a sternum injury today. Up they go.
He's been solid for them this afternoon too, Leigh. Here's Offerman's again. No, it's Anderson. Go along the boundary line. Does the team thing though. Great kick. That was a great kick to Nathan Wright, I believe, down there. And Anderson could have gone for the check side goal, but no. Decided to chip the ball in short. And that might not be right down there. I'm not quite sure. I can't quite see from here.
I think it might be Cade Gregory.
Gregory?
I think so. A bit far out for me to see.
Oh, no. Nathan Wright's in the goal square, so it definitely isn't him. Let's say Gregory comes in, right foot kick. That's the first goal of the last quarter to the Tigers. That's exactly what the Vultures didn't want. And Labrador goes further in the lead.
Nick Kempy.
Oh, third time lucky. We're going to get there Nick. Eventually, Jack.
Great goal. A couple of old timers up here can't see that far.
You got the binoculars, and we were still struggling between the two of us.
Well, that's right. But a good goal there for the Tigers, and there's certainly been, that's a 17-6, 108 now. A commanding lead over Mount Gravatt, 10-9-69. Plenty to like about the Vultures early in the day. They fought hard, but the Tigers have really got on top after half time. Umpire throws the ball up. Up they go. Nice little, clever little tap out of the back there. Very clever ruckman is McEldrew. The ball gets punched through. I say his name wrong all day, and I apologise for that.
And guess what? We've heard it all afternoon. McEldrew to Simpson to Lee, and going inside attacking 50, especially in this second half. So it's really good to see by the Tigers. They've really got the ascendancy in that midfield battle ever since basically Offerman's came on the ground. And really, he hasn't had a direct opponent all afternoon.
Umpire throws it in. Q gets front spot. He's rucked well today. Nice strong tackle. Play on's the call. Simpson up. Good clearance. Kicks it along to the goal square.
Nathan Wright.
He's got it.
What a grab! Talk about taking the ball at the highest point. That's exactly what you want from the young man, and he's been so good over the last probably 2.5, 3 seasons, showing those sort of attributes. He doesn't look like much, but I tell you, he's a great leap and a great set shot on goal as he kicks the ball now straight over the umpire's hat. There's another one to the Tigers as they increase the lead. Mount Gravatt 10-9-69, trailing the Tigers 18-6. 114. We've played just over 3 minutes into this last quarter.
Well, 5 goals to Nathan Wright, the boy from Hermit Park, and he was firmly entrenched here at the Tigers at Labrador. And another score involvement to Tom Simpson. He's been outstanding today. Talk about effective possessions, and it'll be interesting to see what he gets. We know he gets a lot of clearance. We know he gets his clearances, his tackles, and his inside ball work, but I've been just as impressed with his stuff outside today, and his ability to hit targets and set up teammates has been outstanding.
As the two ruckmen compete again. No clear winner on that occasion. Offerman's again. Forward of the footy. Kicking inside 50. Looking for Wright once more. Ball bounces over the top. Wright might get possession. No, the Vultures. But the Tigers trying to lock the ball through Henderson. Handballs the ball 20 metres into the corridor. That's Law. Gets a snap on the ball. Here's the Tigers once again. Handballs got the numbers. Kicks over the shoulder. Another goal. Henderson gets goal number 4. And between the likes of Henderson and Nathan Wright, they've kicked 9 goals between them this afternoon. And as Labrador increase that lead, 19-6, 120. Getting right on top of the Vultures, 10-9, 69. Down this end of the ground. We've just worked it out.
No, we've got it wrong.
Got it wrong.
Let's just trying to find that goal kicker number 17.
He's kicked 2 this afternoon, whoever he is.
We thought he was someone, but it wasn't him.
Okay.
So we're back in the middle. Tigers right on top now.
Now we've got McKendrew, I believe. McKeldrew. I'm getting it wrong now as well. And Pearce going to be competing in this ruck contest. Anderson in there as well. Offman's in there. Lee in there for the Tigers. And we've got Bailey Tom in there for the Vultures. Lee again. Tried to get to Anderson. Lee crawls back in. Gets a footy out again. Offerman's looking for Anderson once more. Couldn't get the ball to him. Here's a chance for the Vultures. Going inside, attacking 50. Good mark taken. No mark taken. Great effort there on the far side by the Labrador defence. And that is Young trying to clear the ball, but the Vultures are going to cut it off. No, they're not. Offermans looks to intercept. Look at the pickup by Offermans now, pushing through that corridor. Chips the ball towards Henderson. Henderson went up for the ball, wasn't even looking at it. And the Vultures get out of their defensive 50-metre line.
Ball bounces towards Koo. He gets well below his knees. He gets a handball out. Under pressure as Toom gets a kick around the corner, and it's been TJ. TJ handballs the ball over the top. Here's a chance now. A nice little kick in short, and he hits his target, and it's a nice little kick and a nice mark there to Harry Milford. And Milford will have a shot directly in front, about probably 40 metres out. Probably kick it from 50 metres out directly in front. So I'm not sure if he's got the distance. Milford, I think originally from Dolby, coming in. Oh, gives himself. He's got plenty on it. It's a lovely kick, and he's put it through.
Well, that's a bit of a reward for effort for the Mount Gravatt. Labrador's been able to get right on top, so probably since the midway through the third quarter into this last quarter. But the Vultures get one back, move to 11-9-75. Labrador 19-6, 120. Just played over 7 minutes.
They're throwing Greenaway back up forward now after playing the last quarter in defence for the... oh, no, he's gone back again, sorry. We got me teams going the wrong way. He's gone back. Okay, back in the middle. 19-16, 120. Plays 11-9-75. Umpire throws the ball. It's been great battle by all the ruckmen today. They've done a great job. Good play by Lay again. Once again, gives himself some time and space. Kicks inside forward 50. Smith's leading for the ball under pressure. Trying to tap the ball, trying to keep it alive, but the ball's gone over the line and out of bounds, and that pressure came by the way of Mackenzie Bristow for the Labrador Tigers.
Geez, just hasn't had the support this afternoon, Smith. He's been in a lot of one-on-one contests, but unfortunately when the ball hits the deck, he's been trying to do it all on his own, probably against 3 or 4 Labrador opponents.
Tap over the top. Anderson trying to get a clearance. Ball bobbing around the top. Kicked away by Gordon, and he's found a target, and he's found Smith. So good work by Gordon. He's been impressive today. They've shown a bit. I'm sure Coach Lynn will be happy with some of the players he's got to work with. They're only going to get better. And certainly this bloke's certainly exciting up forward.
Gordon's done really well, like you said, Jack, and ever since he got on the ground, just raised the intensity level throughout the whole Vultures unit, really, this afternoon. So, Smith, leading goal kicker for the Vultures this season, right foot kick. That's a beautiful finish. They've kicked 2 in a minute, the Vultures, and they moved to 12-9-81 to the Labrador Tigers, 19-6, 120.
3 to Smith. As I said, it ends up capping off a pretty good day for him. Certainly a focal point up forward. More importantly for the Mount Gravatt team, that's back-to-back goals.
And when you look at it too, Jack, Labrador have had, from what I can see, at least 4, maybe 5 multiple goal-scoring options this afternoon. And then you basically look down the line for Mount Gravatt. I mean, Smith's kicked 3, Coos kicked a couple, Michael Gordon's bobbed up with a couple, and singles to Leahy and O'Day. So, deep inside taking 50, probably not as many options as the Labrador Tigers.
Lake gets a holding the ball decision in the middle of the ground, and the Tigers are out. They'll go inside forward 50 through Offermans. He kicks it high. There's a bit of a jumper pull there by Johnson. The umpire doesn't see it. Play on's a call, and the ball spills over the line and out of bounds. Johnson picking up Hughes. Been lots of good battles today. Ball's gone out of bounds, so they'll throw it in. 39 points the difference. Umpire to throw it in. Front spot, over the top. No one can get a clearance. There's a chance. Oh, they leave the ball behind Mount Gravatt. Now it's a chance for the Tigers going forward. Offerman's again, been really busy. Kicks it inside forward 50. There's a bit of a jumper hole. Plowns a call. Handball over the smothered. No one can get a clean possession. The ball goes out of bounds. So we go around the grounds. We've got Aspley. If our scores are correct on our Play HQ, we've got Aspley 84 leading Maroochydore 15. Redlands 96 leading Sherwood 67. Morningside 31, trailing Surface Paradise 74. That game looks like it's over. And Broadbeach have bounced back strong, 98, leading Palm Beach 62. Umpire throws the ball up. Up they go. Nice work. Handball. Kick through the middle of the ground. Ball bouncing over the top. Here's a chance now. Milford again. Ducking and weaving. Handballs in the centre. O'Day kicks the ball forward. Bouncing towards McDonald. Kicks it in. Is it going to roll through? Here's a chance for a goal. Might have been touched on the line.
And guess who?
Wow, what a day. He's saving goals. Nathan does the right thing. Nathan Wright. And taps the ball through for a behind. So working both ends of the ground, Kane.
That's the best plug of all time, Jack. Well done for the young man, Nathan Wright. As the Tigers come back out of defence again towards Pearce. Pearce couldn't take the mark. Simpson's round the mark again, gets tackled without the footy though. Free kick to the Tigers.
That's a big ruckman.
McAndrew.
McEldrew. It's not hard to say. I apologise to his families watching the game. We just keep butchering it.
Juggling attempted to mark. No mark taken. Ball goes back up towards the likes of Wright. Vultures get up. No mark taken. Oh, Wright, look at this for space. Taps the ball forward to himself. Here's a chance for the Vultures. Going inside 50. The big fella, what a goal!
That's his third. Big coup.
Geez, he went missing a little bit through that middle part of the game, but saw the first quarter and last have been pretty solid from the big man. And he's kicked, like you said, Jag, he's kicked 3 this afternoon. Been a solid contributor for the Vultures this afternoon as the score moves 13-8, 88 Mount Gravatt to Labrador 19-6, 120. We've played just about 13 minutes into this last quarter, and the Labradors are on top, but the Vultures have had not the worst afternoon if you're coming from the coaching panel for the Vultures this afternoon.
No, I'm sure Coach Lynn will be saying, look, let's just win this quarter. You know, that's what's important. They got away from the third term. You never know. You just got to keep putting that scoreboard pressure on, and you never know where it could happen as they're waiting for the umpires to get to the players to get to the 6, 6, and 6. Umpire throws the ball up they go. Anderson in the ruck down. He nearly gets the clearance, and he gets tackled, caught with the ball, no, in the back. And he'll get the free kick, Anderson, as they're throwing the rucks around today.
Oh, that's 50.
He ran through the mark. Simpson's just too clever. Robodope.
You really can't do anything when
he's always one step ahead.
as a midfielder in those sort of situations. I mean, you got to try and go with them. But like you say, Jack, Simpson's pretty intelligent.
He would have been playing for that.
Oh, for sure. He definitely had the idea in his head, seeing if he was going to fall for it. Lee wasn't good enough on that occasion and gives Anderson basically a free shot on goal. About 35 out, directly in front. Comes in now, right foot kick. Build it up, and he disappoints. Unfortunately, pushes across for a point as the Vultures look to come out of defence once again.
Bringing the ball back in. Kicking it out wide. A big fist and punched away there by Jed Riddle. The ball goes out of bounds.
Geez, Jack, the longer this game has gone on, and the likes of Smith and also Jonah Lick, the captain for the Vultures, have been called one-on-one, but they're playing against 3 or 4 opponents who are either guarding space or coming in over the top. You just can't compete in those situations, and it's happened way too often for the Vultures' liking.
Ball goes out of bounds once again, and they'll throw the ball in. We've got the Mount Gravatt girls just warming up before the next game as they do their tackling practice. Been a good crowd today in this QAFL Round 6 action. And you're watching it live on AFLQ YouTube channel, brought to you by the team from Double Take Sporting. Ball jumps on top. And Double Take Sports do an absolutely fantastic job bringing our games, all our live stream games each week. You can watch your favourite team on the AFLQ YouTube channel. Umpire will throw the ball up. Approaching 16 minutes. The Tigers looking for another clearance through Anderson, who's been quite mobile. So Watts has got it. He can throw his boys around. He can play some forward, some back. He can play them in the ruck. He's gone off now with cramp. He's had enough.
Yeah, I'm just going to lay here for a little while. I've definitely had enough as the trainer. The water boy comes out to him and going, "You alive? You breathing? You're okay?" "Yep, I'll give you a hand up, son." As the action continues here, the Vultures trying to clear the ball. They've got possession now. Offermans misses the tackle, unfortunately. Vultures moving the ball forward. But again, they've got the free number. Couldn't take the mark. Handball's inboard. They've got the numbers now, the Tigers. Simpson coming through that corridor. Chips the ball forward. Here's a chance to go deep inside, attacking 50. Kicks across. Could be holding the man. No. But look at the numbers here for the Tigers. They've got probably an extra number. Tackle laid. Got to be behind the ball. Drops it. No free kick paid. Chips in ball.
Lovely.
Good mark taken. And if I would know better,
it's Simpson.
That's Simpson again.
Well, he deserves a goal. What's he kicked? He's kicked the only one behind today, so he set everyone else up.
It'll be a good ending to a pretty solid afternoon by the young man. I'm surprised he can lift his legs up to run or kick, let alone kick goals. As he takes his time now, played on 17.5 minutes in this last quarter to increase the lead. Simpson comes in now, right foot kick. That's a brilliant finish. Deserved man of the match performance by Simpson, who now as well jogs off for a well-earned rest.
20 goals is a great day out for the Tigers. 127, leading Mount Gravatt 13-10-88. We played 18-minute mark of the final term here at Ditmar Park, Southside Toyota Oval here in Brisbane. And it's been the Tigers pretty much since half-time. As I said, I think Mount Gravatt have shown plenty. They've certainly much improved from last year, and but it's been all the Tigers pretty much since half-time, Kane.
It's really been sort of 2 quarters of footy, hasn't it? Last week it was that second quarter where they conceded 8 goals and really got well and truly down the scoreboard. And today it was probably the third quarter where the Tigers are able to get on top. As the Tigers look to attack again, here comes Law. Shot on goal, right foot kick, just coming off the post. I almost thought that was play on then. He could have kicked another one. Here's Mount Gravatt now, looking to come out of defence to their half-back line. 2-on-1 in favour of the Tigers. They were always going to win that contest. That was Coombs, but it's a free kick for a shepherd out.
Young.
And ball's going to Young, as Young chips the ball inside 50, unfortunately. And good for Mount Gravatt. They've been able to cut that one off, Jack.
Johnson, been solid today. Henderson goes in short, straight through. Head over the ball is the Vultures. Trying to get a clearance out of here, looking for Young. Can't get the ball for the Mount Gravatt side. Now they'll clear the ball out. They're out. Leg speed needed here. There's a race between Gregory. He'll get there first. Trying to hold possession. And they'll just trickle the ball out of bounds.
That was Milford again on that far side.
They've had a good little battle, those two, haven't they?
Yeah, they have.
Gregory and Milford.
From an individual standpoint, Milford probably wouldn't be too disappointed with his effort. He hasn't had a lot of opportunities, but when he's been around the contest, he's been pretty solid this afternoon.
Yep, and Gregory's been great on the turnover. As soon as he's been able to create space, create width, they've used him. They're not scared to use him, and he's able to take some, get some metres gained out of that defensive spot today. Here's a chance now. Handball over the top. Clearing the ball away. Looking for Koo. He's taking a good mark. He's going to turn. He's got Smith on the lead. Little daisy cutter. Got him. Smith. Is he too far out to score? Lick and Young heading to the goal square. A couple of big brutes. He thinks he can kick his fourth for the day.
Kuski back down to the goal line as well.
Johnson's coming in for a dummy lead. Gives himself some room. He pops it up high. I don't think he's got enough on it. Oh!
Koo! Now, you can always see that coming. He drifted down.
He picked it early.
He was up at half forward, and he drifted into the goal square. And surprisingly, Labrador just allowed him to get a free run of the footy, and a guy that size is going to mark it 9 times out of 10 as he's been pushed towards that boundary line. Bit of a weird angle for someone who pretty much took it in the goal square. Check side kick, great effort by the big man. Did that way too easy, the right foot check side over the goal umpire's head. That is goal
number
4 for Koo. So
had a good day.
He went missing a little bit in the middle part of the game, but definitely that first quarter and through this last quarter, he's again been a solid contributor.
Well, to his credit, he's pushed forward, he's kicked forward, he's played behind the ball for a while. He's had a great little one-on-one ruck battle around the ground with McEldew. Those two have had a good battle, but also, he's been chipped out by Pearce in the ruck as well. So he's had a pretty good day, but you're right, it probably hasn't... and look, early on he pushed forward, didn't he? He got a couple of goals early on when he went in the ruck. So McEldew and Pearce will do the ruck work as we approach the 22.5-minute mark of the final term, and it's the Tigers 127 leading Mount Gravatt 94. And again, they'll clear the ball out, and it's going to be, Lick can't try and take the mark. Here's a chance now. Lay gets tackled without the footy. Play on's the score. Nice big tackle. Young trying to get ahead now. Lay gets a quick kick forward into the goal square. Smith trying to get the ball, and the ball, umpire says, through for one behind.
Geez, a little bit unlucky, Smith. He's asking the question. He thought he was being held onto without the footy. As the Tigers come out of defence again towards Simpson. Can't take the mark on that occasion. Pearce is around the mark as well. Dummies weaves. Here's Pearce now. Oh, look at that. Steps inside, but all the numbers with the Tigers. Good contested mark there by Riddle. And he's been another solid contributor for the Tigers in defence this afternoon. And guess who, Jack?
Simpson.
It's really the Simpson show on the feed this afternoon. as he looks to come down this broadcast side wing as the breeze picks up, making a bit of racket inside the headset here this afternoon. Vultures, no one in front of the footy at the moment. This is Anderson. Anderson handballs it off. Back to Simpson. Simpson, a pretty tired kick towards Offmans. Couldn't take possession of the footy. Here come the Vultures now towards inside 50. But again, all the numbers with the Tigers. This is Young. Young back down the line. Launches of the footy. Can't take possession. Decides to punch the ball over the line. The big fella, number 23 in Ben Hughes, punches the ball over the line for a boundary throw in.
Been solid in defence today, hadn't he? Young, the skipper, and Jaden Young. He's been a great defender for Queensland footy for a long period of time, and had an outstanding game today. Had his challenges at times, but certainly been the general in defence.
And especially with Henderson playing more as a key forward this afternoon, it's really been on Young to steer that defensive group forward.
Nice mark in front there by Robinson.
A lot of players taking the deep breaths in and stretching out. It's been a pretty solid afternoon for both these sides. Pushes the ball forward now. One-on-one contest. No, play on, says the umpire. Might have been touched off the boot. Umpire comes in for another ball up.
Approaching the 25-minute mark, Kane. Want to get sure to get your 3, 2 and 1 for the day. Always like hearing what that is.
I've got them ready and raring to go, Jack.
Oh, beautiful. Simpson working hard through the middle of the ground. Now it's feet out the back. Coombs, nice fleet-footed player. Kicks into space, lovely. Looking out there for Law. Is he going to be able to shrug his opponent? He can't. He gets a quick handball away. Running straight. Both players needed to go, and they did. Here's a chance now for the Tigers. A quick kick there by Hughes into the goal square. And oh! He tried to go for the big mark right, but he couldn't take it. Still buttering up his kick 5.
Look at the kick.
Just goes inboard and kicks it to Lake. Lake handballs over towards Law. Law puts it through, and that's the Tigers' 21st.
Jeez.
Great teamwork. Unselfish.
And again, the Mount Gravatt defence just, you know, for all the effort they put in this afternoon, when push comes to shove, Labrador's been just a little bit ahead of what's been going on this afternoon. And the Mount Gravatt guys are probably a little bit out on their feet. They've had to do a lot of defending this afternoon, especially in this third and fourth quarters. And Nathan Wright could have been lining up for goal number 6, but dropped the mark, but was smart enough. Kicked the ball inside. Law ends up with it in the goal square, and a great finish. And we've just played on 26 minutes into this final quarter. 14-10-94, Mount Gravatt trailing Labrador 21-7, 133.
But a good game, lots of high. I don't mind a high-scoring game. That's what the crowd will come to see. Lee, lovely, finds his teammate on the lead. Kick around the corner, Anderson.
No.
Who's he looking for? Law. Going to get his foot to it. Oh, cheeky. Just can't quite get it.
Anderson probably could have given it to him probably 10
seconds
beforehand.
He's been a fumble. He's not over yet. Anderson, he wants one. Handballs to his teammate. Here's a chance. Ducking and weaving. Being unselfish. Looking for Anderson. He must have just been 14.99999. He's given it to Simpson. Simpson has a lazy shot on goal and just pushes the ball across the line through for a point. So their 9th point for the game.
He's dead set. He's dead on his feet, Simpson.
Yeah.
And well deserved. Any accolades he gets this afternoon are definitely well deserved.
Nice step inside. Johnson handballs, puts his teammate under pressure. Now a kick around the corner, down the line. Lick's sitting from behind. Young's got him covered. Here's a chance by the ruckman. Lovely. Handball over the top is Coombs. Kick away down the line is Watmuff. Looking for a teammate, and he's found him beautifully. A nice kick there to find Josh Young on the lead, Kane.
Josh Young. Now, I believe this might be another player I saw as a Colts player a couple of years ago in that grand final with Nathan Wright. I think I remember he's a left footer, and he launched an absolute 55-metre bomb at Southport. Kicked it post high. It was a brilliant kick. Young comes in now. Left foot kick. Look at that for a kick. Look at that for a kick. Oh, unfortunately, it's just been pushed at the last moment across the face. I thought that was a goal for sure. And goes through for another behind as they move to 21-10, 136. Leading Mount Gravatt 14-10-94. We played just over 28 minutes into this final quarter. Back to you, Jack.
Nice little kick over the top. I reckon that might have been, I'm thinking I'm going to make a call. I think it might be Joel Edwards wearing the number 17.
There we go.
I'm not sure. I've tried to do an elimination as I go, so apologies if I've got that wrong, unless there's been a change, but I can't seem to find it on the team sheet. But it's going to be a free kick here, and it's going to go to Nick Kemp, or Kempy. He comes in. Nice big kick. He's got some distance on him. He's put his second through for the day. So great goal to Nick Kempy. He's second for the day. I don't know if it's a silent E, Kemp or Kempy.
Let's go Kempy. Let's go Kempy.
Well, he's a good old mate, Kempy. We can say that, can't we?
Yes, we can. As the lights come in on here at Mount Gravatt, it's getting quite dark and a little bit blustery towards the end of this contest.
Well, let's get you 3, 2 and 1, Kane. While I wrap up the score, 22-10, 142. Mount Gravatt 14-10-95. The goal kickers, we've got 5 for the Tigers, 5 to Nathan Wright, 4 to Lockie Henderson and 4 to Harry Law. Then 3 to Ben Hughes, 2 to Nick Kempy and 1 each to Tom Simpson and Charlie Offermans. And for Mount Gravatt, we've got 4 to Marcus Koo, 3 to Dylan Smith, and then 1 each to Jonah Light, Harry Milford, Joel Lay, Brandon Stewart, and of course 2 to Michael Gordon. So who's your 3-2-1?
Look, 3-2-1. I'm going to start from the bottom. I think I need to save the best to last here. I've got Nathan Wright, who's kicked 5 goals this afternoon at full forward. He's been brilliant this afternoon, the young man. He's definitely got a big future as Mount Gravatt get one back.
Through Harry Milford.
Harry Milford.
Gets his second,
so that's a good goal towards the back end of this game. So Wright's got 1 vote. I've given 2 votes to Offermans. I just thought his effort, so back into the second quarter, into that third quarter, was sensational from the young man. Very in and under, had plenty of possession, and again, his efficiency rate was through the roof in that real dangerous part of the game. The game was really on the line to see it come out on top. But the 3 votes has to go to, it's probably an obvious choice. Number 3, Tom Simpson for the Labrador Footy Club. He's been easily best on ground this afternoon. I can't give him enough plaudits this afternoon, Jack. He's been brilliant. And if the Tigers have got any chance this year, he's going to be all over it.
Well, he's been great. Offerman just gets that another clearance. As you said, when the whips were cracking, he was played some really good footy in that third term. Lee was also really good early, wasn't he? He was great for his team. And as I said, they've had a couple of tall forwards that have certainly sprung in. And I've liked the game of Gordon. Of course, we know that Lay's done really well for Mount Gravatt. He's had a really good season. Again, Young for number 11 has also had a pretty good season. So I think they've got plenty to work with. They're only going to hopefully keep getting better if they stick together. I've liked the ruck work of Pierce. Like he's had a crack all day today. Nice strong mark to the Tigers as they've put a pretty impressive effort. And they're only going to get stronger, you think, under Clint Watts as they start to gel and learn under his game plan for the year. Labrador to come up here to kick 22 goals today has been an outstanding effort, and they're going to have a shot for their 23rd.
Now, I'm not sure who that is on that far side, but he'd be right in his range. I'd say he's probably going to be kicking this right on 50 as the lights go out all of a sudden. Right foot kick, absolutely launches that ball. That's straight over the goal umpire's head. That's a brilliant kick. Great finish for the Tigers right on the final siren. And the Tigers, they've kicked 23 goals, 10, 148. Winning this afternoon, Mount Gravatt 15-10, 100. And well done to the Tigers. Bad luck for the Mount Gravatt Vultures. Well, we've run out of time here this afternoon. Thank you very much, Mr. Jack Barry, for your contribution. My name's Kane Browning. We'll be back next week for some round 7 QAFL action. We'll see you again soon. say, Jack, do you mind if I hang on to this?
There's yours.
Yeah,
no.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, mate.
I'll go and wipe up into on the way in.
Oh, that's exactly
That way I've got something to hold on to.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
And I can send you these, but you can't do that.
No, I can't.
But I should send it to you if you want to have a look at the names and stuff.
If you can.
Yeah, that's easy. That's
That's
no
fine.
video. But I showed you that other one today.
Yeah, no, I've got, I mean,
Yeah,
I've already
that's
got sport hose here. I just didn't realise the other stuff.
Yeah, you can jump on there, go back around and 15 minutes later.